Hello, hello, hello. What is up, everybody? Good Sunday evening to you. Hopefully, you're ready for some Sunday night mayhem. Oh, yes. Mr. John Ward, how you doing this evening?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you very much for asking. Tonight, as noted in the thumbnail and the title and all that good stuff, we are going to be wrapping up the final 20 movies on the Fangoria Top 100 horror movie poster.
Thank Christ.
Well, we will be accepting your recommendations of movies that may belong on there that are not on there. And in the next few weeks down the road, we'll be talking about what movie should not be on there, what movie should be on there, and we'll kind of create our own top 100 list. And we'll see how that goes. We'll give it a shot. We will give it a shot. But for tonight, the last 20, which there's some doozies on there. John, are you paying attention to World Cup?
I don't even know what that is. No, I would say no, since I don't know what that is.
That is hilarious. It is all the rage right now. The World Cup is a massive soccer tournament where teams, like one team representing each country, get together. This particular year, the United States is hosting it. So everybody's all goo goo gaga about it. And it's like the Olympics. Every 4 years, everybody's like, oh yeah, I love pole vaulting. And then and then that fucking shit goes away for 4 years. So we have a bunch of people pretending to be soccer fans right now. And then once this is over,
I have seen with the and I do know what it is. I have seen, which is great, is all of these people who don't live in the United States, all these foreigners are coming over for it, going, yeah, this is the greatest country ever. Look what I can eat. Yeah. Look what I can do. Look what I can say. And then you have all these people who live in America who are like, screw America, screw the cup, screw this, screw that. You suck. I should go live in Iran. But yet all these people who have none of the advantages that Americans have are absolutely loving it over here.
Well, the beauty is of that, the media would make you believe that that is a large number of Americans that complain about that stuff. It's like maybe 2 or 3% they get together and they just scream really loud and they bitch and they show up at things. But the vast majority of Americans, I do feel like appreciate America, love America, and you just got to avoid the news and the media and stuff, and then you won't see those idiots. I'm out and around all over the place all the time, and I never run into protests or anything of that nature. So I just think it happens, yes, but the media blows it out of proportion. But the fans that are here from the other countries that are enjoying the cup, I am very happy, and I love seeing those videos when they get so excited about going to Buc-ee's and how big a gas station could be, or they wind up wherever it is, some fast food restaurant or whatever they're eating and they're enjoying, and they're like just mind blown. And it would have never crossed my mind that this was something special before earlier this year when my wife and my daughter went to visit my son in Italy. And my wife was like, you'd hate it there. There's no fast food. You can't just pull over and get yourself a Diet Coke. Like you go and there's nothing like that over there in Europe. So hearing that now, all these people being surprised at the conveniences that we have, it makes a lot of sense for me. So I hope everybody is having fun, enjoying the World Cup, which I don't give the slightest fuck about. But I guess if we're going to root, go team, yay, America.
Go Russia.
Happy. John Ward, how dare you? I didn't even have time to queue up our friend.
How dare you?
Actually, she would be for me. She'd be pro. She'd be like, yes, John.
She'd be Go Palestine.
Go Palestine.
Yeah. How dare you not root for Palestine?
How dare you?
It was the 250th anniversary of not really the signing of the Declaration of Independence, but the intent to sign the Declaration of Independence. The signatures were actually slapped on that paper August 2nd of 1776, but they all got together and said, we're doing this on July 4th. The declaration, the proclamation was made that this is now the time to get shit done and
Except
leave.
for one state. One state did not sign it.
Didn't at that point we didn't have states, we had colonies.
Well, okay, one colony did not.
Which colony would that have been?
It's like South Carolina or something.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I can look it up. Yeah, there's
okay.
I learned that from the musical 1776, which is not Hamilton.
Oh. Yeah, I have seen neither of those. But out of spirit of the holiday yesterday, I watched National Treasure with Nicolas Cage, and I love that movie. And it's very funny because in that movie, the guy who plays Doug from the Hangover movies is Nicolas Cage's sidekick in the movie, and he acts a lot like Alan does in The Hangover. So it's kind of funny to see him, little role reversal in the National Treasure movies. But I love those movies. The first one is by far the best. But anyways, I watched that, and then I did a Breaking Bad marathon because I love Breaking Bad, and I will watch it over and over and over again. And then late in the evening, I watched the live feed of the fireworks display from Washington, D.C., and Trump's speech. And then they had like military singers out there singing along with the fireworks and stuff. It was great. So I watched that. I actually, for the first time in I don't know how long, did not go to see fireworks anywhere. I just watched them on TV. My daughter in the Navy down in San Diego had duty, and my other daughter had to work, and with a T, not duty, not poopy. No, she didn't have. She didn't got poopy. Duty with the T, sir. Yeah, but she sent me pictures from the top of her Navy ship that she was on, watching the fireworks down in San Diego, and I thought that was cool. It like got me emotional, like made me very, very proud, reminded me how proud I am of my kids in the military. But it was a very special day for the United States, 250 years. Now I did see there were a couple other really big fireworks displays. New York City always does it up. Nashville had a big fireworks display, and Las Vegas over the Strip. If John Ward would have gotten out of his house and gone somewhere where he could have seen the Strip, he would have seen the largest fireworks display in Las Vegas history. John did the Strip, the one
I can see the Strip from my street, so I could see like firework. So yes, I may not know which one is the Strip, but I see many fireworks.
Okay. Well, the tops of all the hotels down the Strip were shooting off fireworks off the top. It was the entire couple miles long. So I would never go down there on New Year's. No way. Sure. I think it would have been fun to go maybe to like the Rio or the Palms and look at the Strip from a bit of a distance so you could see them all going off the top.
It is madness down there.
Oh yeah, no, and that's why I wouldn't want to be on the Strip.
Yeah.
Madness.
Oh, and by the way, this is interesting. I did not know this. All states did not ratify it immediately, which was the Constitution. Virginia, New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island. Rhode Island is the one that I'm thinking of. That was 1790. Okay. They were the very last ones to sign it. But at the time of the the idea that, hey, we're going to sign this thing, we're going to go to war, we're going to do all that type of stuff. They're like, not me.
Two different things, sir. The Constitution was much later than the Declaration of Independence. Yesterday was about the Declaration of Independence, not the Constitution.
Oh, I'm getting things confused because I'm not not an American.
Commie bastard. Ooh.
See,
you need to move to New York and go worship your Mam Danny.
What is going now that I
Your
completely fucked up my whole thing there with states or colonies that didn't sign things that were the wrong things. I hope that nobody has me as a history teacher. So you know, that would be awful. Who were the 3 countries that we fought in World War II? Denmark, San Francisco, and Hawaii.
Yeah. I was adding to my little Elvis thing here, and but you can't see it. I have
He looks like a gingerbread man.
I know. I was displaying because I was giving everybody shit that likes Elvis about not recognizing the Elvis plate, and which Balzer apparently did see it. But there's an Elvis Funko Pop right there. I added to it. So
is it Fat Elvis or Thin Elvis?
It's Thin Elvis.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the Fat Elvis,
anyways,
double the size of a box.
Oh yeah, you'd have the wide one.
Yeah.
What did you do yesterday? How did you celebrate the 250th anniversary of the birth of our great nation, sir?
One, I still cannot believe it's only 250 years. What do you think about other places that have been around for like 1,000?
Or many thousands, yeah.
Or many thousands, yeah. And it's still amazing to me that it's only been 250 years. Yeah. But I had a great day. My whole day was really awesome. They said fireworks were going to go off at 9. I went out at 9. I wheeled out my chair, my desk chair, found a spot. Sadly, the sidewalks were almost empty. Last year they weren't. And we got about 15 minutes of fireworks where we got like 90 before. And that was it.
Yeah.
It was done. And we, the people that were there were kind of staring at each other. They're going, is that it? Should we go? And then we all kind of sat back down. Let's wait. Because I mentioned this to you in the message that I sent you. Most of the fireworks were government people.
Yeah.
So and I'm seeing it backwards. So it's like I'm trying to figure out like what is that? Oh, that's the friggin' mayor. Like why am I seeing a firework of the mayor? And that's all they. So the fire. So I'm hoping New Year's will be different. So the whole day was great. Friday night was awesome when I got off work. And then Saturday was great. The fireworks were a very big disappointment. Today's been good. I have like the next 2 days off. And so far it's been really good, but fireworks have been very disappointing.
Nice. Well, typically most places you go, fireworks last 20 to 30 minutes. That's it. Usually after 30 minutes, they're done and gone. So if you ever get anything longer than that, enjoy it. I was very surprised. The fireworks at the National Mall went 40 minutes yesterday. That was one hell of a show. But yeah, I hope everybody had a wonderful 4th of July yesterday and celebrated and partied and hopefully nobody lost any fingers blowing them off with fireworks or anything or lit their houses on fire. I have seen some very funny videos today of fireworks going astray and going into garages and lighting people's houses on fire. I saw a guy who had like a tube that he was holding and fireworks were shooting out of it. Well, he dropped the tube and he was like on the 2nd floor of his house and it went downstairs and started shooting fireworks into the house and stuff. So not good. So hopefully everybody had a good time and was safe.
So I've heard if a firework goes off in your hand, it blows your fingers off. But if the firework is a dud and doesn't go off, it grows your fingers back.
Oh, so you got to roll the dice. It's almost like there should be a movie about that. It's kind of like a leprechaun thing. You find the leprechaun, you get the treasure if the leprechaun doesn't kill you first.
Yeah, yeah. It's always the opposite does it.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so if you're somebody who's maybe like your hands are all like this, go and get a
Yeah.
firework, pray that it doesn't go off. And if it doesn't, all of a sudden it'll be like, I got my fingers.
Oh, oh man. So I wouldn't recommend trying that though. I'm not going to recommend that you go out and try to grow your fingers back by exploding fireworks in your hands. That's not a recommendation of mine.
Oh.
But if anybody tries it, let us know how it works out for you, please. If you could still type. You have just a gigantic keyboard that's each key is the size of a fist.
You'll be like the opposite of the black woman with the nails that are like that long, where you're instead you're like,
why do they got to be black women, sir?
Because those are the only ones that have fingernails that long. Well, that and Fu Manchu. So
oh yeah. I've that like that Guinness Book of World Records person with the longest fingernail. Like, dude, that's some gross stuff.
And Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes had long fingernails too.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that was because he liked to do lots of cocaine off of them, I think.
Good for him, man. We all need a hobby.
Yeah, for sure. So so there's it's been an eventful weekend. Next weekend is going to be a lot of fun as well. There is a ton of things going on in the world of John and OGB. There's a ton of things going on in the world in general, including Conor McGregor getting off his ass 5 years later and getting back into the octagon and fighting. Very much looking forward to that. And that is the main event. I don't know if it's co-main event or the fight before is Paddy the Baddy. So Paddy the Baddy will be fighting and Conor the same night. I am in heaven.
I would watch that. I would watch Conor McGregor.
Well, I'll tell you what,
he seems crazy.
My intent is to watch the fights with Anthony and the boys after Creep I.E con in Ontario, like hotel party. I guess the fights were on in the hotel lobby last time, so they're hoping that the fights will be on down there again and party it up in a specific hotel, not to be named, down in Ontario after Creep I.E con. If by chance I'm not going to stay there and I'm going to get out early and make it to Vegas in time for the fights, then John, you and I can slap on Paramount Plus and check out the fights.
I've only watched one fight. This is boxing. I know it's different, but I only watched one match, and it just happened to be the one where what's his face got his ear bitten off.
Nice. Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, that's
the only of Mike Tyson.
Yeah. That was it. I just happened to get lucky.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know that I saw that fight live, but I don't remember if I ever saw any of the Tyson fights live, but seen a lot of the highlights and stuff. But so we'll see how that goes. Next Sunday night, I will be staying at a hotel in downtown on Fremont Street for the night, and I'll be partying it up with a couple friends down there. Now, here's the conundrum: is John Ward is not excited about going out and partying on the town is not his favorite thing. So I don't know how we're going to do Sunday Night Mayhem yet. If I'm going to be remote, if I'm going to go to your house and do it and then go back, but then that puts me back downtown pretty late. So I don't know. We'll see about that because I have friends in town that I haven't seen in forever and very much looking forward to partying with them. John, of course, is welcome to join us. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So, but Sunday Night Mayhem will happen next week. So same bad time, same bad channel. Be sure to join us. In addition to all that, Evil Dead Burn finally comes out this week. And John, I think we are both kind of excited. I lost my poster here for Evil Dead Burn. The trailer looks good, right?
I am looking forward to it. So yeah, it is one I will go to the theater for.
Nice. And we're going to be talking about Evil Dead in a little bit because Evil Dead Rise is one of the movies on the list tonight. So we will circle jerk back to Evil Dead Burn. But to Evil Dead Rise, I should say. But John, have you seen the popcorn bucket for Evil Dead Burn yet?
No.
Ooh, look. It's like a dishwasher with silverware in it, and it says Evil Dead Burn. That's a pretty cool popcorn bucket, if you ask me.
It is, but that seems dangerous to eat.
I know. That's what I'm wondering in real life. What is it really going to look like? Because there are a lot of sharp objects right there that could easily, and obviously they're going to be rubber or plastic or something of that nature. But it's a pretty cool looking popcorn bucket. So
yeah, I mean, when the trailer came out and I saw that, I'm just like, oh, okay. But they do say to get these to get like the silverware and everything really clean is you should stick it up, and I always put it down. But I don't know. Whenever you see a movie and it's sticking up, you know that somebody is going to get impaled by that. That dishwasher.
100%.
So.
Yes, 100%. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know. Everybody knows. Well, maybe you don't, but now you do. If you don't know, now you know. I'm not the biggest Evil Dead fan. Like, Evil Dead's okay. It's definitely not one of my top franchises. Would not even be in my top 10 franchises. But that's a pretty cool looking popcorn bucket. So maybe for the right price, I may come up on one. We shall see. But if I don't, John, is that a popcorn bucket you would like to add to your collection? Do you have the ability to add it to your collection?
I actually have a place I could put it. I'm kind of looking at it right now on top of the bookshelf that's right here in the office, because I did move stuff off of it. Oh yeah, I built all of the metal shelving racks. So like the web. Yeah, so I have many shelves there. Yeah, maybe it's not as important as some other stuff, but like I went out of my way for Top Gun.
Yes, no, and I know your love for Top Gun, of course. I kind of feel like Evil Dead Burn popcorn buckets may fly off the shelves, and I'd hate to go buy it and then hate the movie.
Yes, since you did not like the last one.
No, last one was absolute dog shit.
Oh, we will get into that.
No, it's fucking terrible. And if you disagree, you're wrong. You're entitled to your opinion, but you're still wrong. So, Evil Dead Burn, it had a $20 million budget, which seems probably about right. We'll find out how it does coming out this week. We have Obsession has broken $400 million, which is very cool. And Backrooms is at $349 million. And Backrooms was very smart. I like their whatever you want to call it, however they decided to release the movie and then like 3 weeks later release an extended version. That was like a great business plan. The movie was long for me in the first place. I did not dislike the movie. I just thought it was long, but there's no way in hell I'm going to go back and sit through an extended version in the theater. But great business plan to get people back to see it more. And $349 million worth. Very good stuff there. We do got to say hello to everybody. So before we dive into a big tangent on this, let me just mention quickly, Supergirl has taken a nosedive, and the ratings are sitting at 54 from the experts and the fans at 76, which is interesting. But it's only made barely over $100 million. And for a DC movie, that is an abomination, an absolute abomination. John has many thoughts because John has actually taken the time to watch this movie. But first, let's say hello to you all, because we're 24 minutes in, and then we'll let John rant a boot. Gail says, sorry, can't join. Health comes first. Gail, we hope you're taking good care of yourself, and hopefully your cardiologist appointment goes well. And I'm sure Gail is rewatching, so he'll see our sending our thoughts to him there. Shane Leary, what's up? Metal Greg says, hey, Gail, sorry about your health issues. Sending you get well wishes, speedy recovery vibes. Nice. Christian's in the house. What's up, Christian? Michael McNally, what up? Deadpool fanatic sitting in a theater watching the last 20 minutes of Supergirl. Definitely terrible. See, that's hilarious. And I've done this before. I have messaged people. Now, I've never been watching a YouTube video in the theater, but I have messaged people from the theater going, this fucking sucks. What am I doing with my life? So that's very funny, Deadpool. Jeff Keaton, what's up? And thank you for the continued channel support there. Jeff, I saw your channel support come through very, very early this morning in the wee hours. Watched Cronin's Mummy on HBO. I was surprised how much I liked it. Interesting, because yes, Lee Cronin's The Mummy did just come out. John watched it, and John, a quick summary so we can get back to saying hello to everybody. Thoughts on the Mummy?
I loved it.
Okay.
There we go. And I've already looked into buying it. So,
oh wow, okay.
It is 100% an Evil Dead movie, and I even looked it up. That Lee Cronin purposely put in Easter eggs, all these little things in the movie, that including a voice that is on a tape that is very similar to the voice that we always hear on the recordings for Evil Dead, discussing the demon that's in this. This is 100% an Evil Dead movie. It's not, except for the girl being mummified. It's not a mummy movie, but I think it's an Evil Dead film. I loved it. I'm going to definitely buy it.
Nice. I started watching it, and then after about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, I just did not care about these people and what was going on and their little girl. I usually, it's very hard for me to care about movies with little kids. I just typically don't.
Well, so and you don't like Pet Cemetery. And that's when the little girl attacks people like the boy or girl, depending.
Yeah, that's not really. I mean, the original Pet Cemetery is kind of okay. The new Pet Cemetery is the one that's just retarded. And I mean, and that had John Lithgow, and I love Lithgow. And
I like the remake better than the original. So
shame on you. Magneticon, what's going on? Jonathan, how you doing? Look at all the Funko Pops, America. I love it. What are you talking about? Look at all the Funko. Fluffy, are you commenting on a wrong video here or something? What are you doing?
Well, they did say Wet Movie is live right now.
Is Wet Movie 1 live right? Is that? I didn't see that. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, a couple people said it, so maybe that's what he's commenting on. So thanks for giving yourself up.
How long has he been live? Oh, yeah, guy went live like fucking 5 minutes after. What an ass! What an ass! I was wondering. I'm like, where's the viewers tonight? Where's the viewers?
He knows. He could wait. He could have done it before or after.
Well, I know he wanted to do. I don't know that he wanted to, but he was back in the hospital and he was sick, having some issues and stuff, and so he's probably talking about that. Let's see. Corey says, been looking for a good Sunday live stream horror podcast. Greetings from Philly. Decent. Well, hopefully you enjoy hanging out with us and come back FOMO. Hello there. How's the G fam? Terry, what's up? How you doing? Elika, what is going on? Going to watch Obsession after this. Decent. Very nice. I hope you love it.
Great film.
What movie won live? Let's kick his ass. I know we should. I'm gonna see him Saturday at Creep I.E. I'm gonna go whoop up on him. Wicked Network, what's happening?
Hey.
I hope everyone having a great 4th of July weekend. Yes, I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Antonis, what is up? Been looking. Sorry, Corey. Sorry, your comment a little bit late. We sometimes lead off the show and then we jump in, catch up on all the comments. So if you leave a comment, we typically get to them. So sorry about that. But just a little noting update for any new folks. Hate fireworks, Magnetic Cone. My dogs hate fireworks, and I feel very bad for them.
My fireworks were so lame that my cat slept through them. That's how lame my fireworks are. Normally, they're like running all over the place, but this time they're like,
Yeah.
Don't care.
Well, Mario, sorry about your 4th of July. That's a bummer. Let's see. Jeff says, can't believe I still have 10 fingers after my childhood. Right. You grew up in a time where fireworks were just a part of the norm, right?
When we were kids, you would hold them in your hand. That was the bet. I dare you to hold them in your hand.
Yeah, I never went that route. Never went that route. Tony's Brennan's live right now. We're learning that. Cinestalker's now. What up, Cinestalker? Saw Cinestalker was doing 4th of July south of the border style, but he was close. He was close. I could see pictures or video he's taking. Like you could see fireworks on both sides of the border from where he was. Very cool, hanging out with his lady down there. Skyla, what's up? What's up, OGB and John? Hope all is well with you. I'm with my fellow national police officers, Gina, Michael, Marta, Miguel, and Raul. Say hi. It's why I've not been watching the live. Decent. Well, hopefully you're hanging out with officers. Hopefully you're not in handcuffs. Unless you want to be. Sometimes we enjoy handcuffs, but hopefully if you are in handcuffs, it's because you chose to be, and not because somebody said you need to be in handcuffs. How was your sugar rush hungover? The video you put out, sugar rush hungover video put out. What
is that wet movie one? Maybe.
No, I don't think so. John, did you put out a video where you were eating stuff or
no.
Wicked Network? I don't follow you. Brendan's live right now. Thank you for that update and thank you for the super chat, Antonis. If you're gonna watch Brendan, I won't hate you. I'm sure he doesn't go live that long, so we'll still be here. So come on back after you're done hanging out with the wet one. We just got a call in. Sorry to you both. Duty officers call Bronson needs to catch some bad guys now. Oh, is your man a bad guy? Is your man a police officer chasing bad guys, Skyla? Is that what's going on? Yeah, well, that's exciting. That's exciting. Did you join? Are you a cop now, Skyla? What was going on? We need some details. Roshan, what's going on? Sean 420, what's up? And Mario, I got King of Queen complete for 150. Nice. King of Queens is a great show.
Yeah,
very funny show. Pet Cemetery 2 is a better movie. I don't think I've ever seen the sequel.
I'm surprised that has what's his face? John Connor is in that.
Robert Patrick?
No, the kid.
Oh, I don't go seeking out his movies because he's done a lot of dog shit movies.
I don't know. One time you were kind of about him.
Well,
John Connor. What's his face? The kid who played John Connor.
No, I know. I don't know what you mean. I was like about him. Web Movie One has interviewed him and hung out with him and stuff, and I met him and got his autograph and stuff. But
Edward Furlong, thank you.
Eddie Furlong, thank you. Yeah. Supergirl only made $8 million this week. Well, and I don't know, and let's not we don't need to dwell too much on Eddie Furlong, but there we are, John.
And guess what beat Supergirl? Young George Washington.
Right. Oh no. So I'm kind of over here because this is a huge match as far as United States is concerned. Our neighbors to the south of us, Mexico, is playing England right now. And I'm like, who do you root for in that?
England?
Well, that's where I typically would go. But Mexico is supposed to be a better team. I think Mexico is losing 2-3. They came back and scored. They have a second goal, but they were losing 2-1. Now they're losing 2-3. So 72 minutes in. So not much time. If Mexico wants to go, they better get it together. Antonis roots for England. There you go. Have y'all seen the movie Hokum? I have, and I quite enjoyed it. John?
I have not.
You have not? Why not?
I just haven't. I have Whistle. Whistle is in my list.
Do you whistle while you work?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Depends on and how dry my mouth is.
Okay. Well, fair enough. So we are going to be getting to the list, the Fangoria top 100 horror movie list, and the tier list, and getting through the last 20 movies here in just a few moments. So hang tight with that. First, we're going to give John some time to talk about Supergirl, and I think John has a couple pickups. I don't have any pickups this week. But John, I did pick myself up a nice Diet Coke that I'm drinking. What you sipping on over there, sir? You got some Kafifi?
I have some Kafifi in my Yellowstone Dutton Ranch mug.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
There are a couple Yellowstone spin-offs now. I think one is called like Yellowstone Ranch or something.
Dutton Ranch.
Or Dutton Ranch. Okay.
Yeah.
And
right there.
And then there's another one that's
well, there's been a few. Called. There's ones by dates, like 1882 and
okay.
Yeah, so which is Harrison Ford, I think. I could be off on
so not the prequels, because there was I think it's 1883.
Something like that,
And then there was one after that was the one with Harrison Ford. 1883 had Tim McGraw and what's her name, his wife. And then the one after that had Harrison Ford. And then now these two take place after. They're like modern day or something. But one is about, I don't know, like my brother was telling me there's one that I would really like. He goes, the Dutton Ranch one, you're not going to give two shits about. But the other one, he goes, you might enjoy. So I might have to check them out, but we'll see.
I think they should do like Yellowstone 3021 and put in the future.
Yellowstone in the future. And it's all like robot cows.
Yeah. Everybody's like a robot. Oh, I guess that'd be Westworld. But yeah, something like that. Sure, why not?
Westworld was fucking lame. I wanted like it so bad. I saw Anthony Hopkins was going to be in a TV show, and I'm like, fuck yeah. I gave it like 3 episodes, and I was like, fuck this show.
I lasted 1, and I'm like, I am so confused about what's going on. This is so not the movie. It's like I don't even understand this thing.
I didn't even know there was a movie. I just didn't even care. It was like I just didn't like the story, you know. But yeah. So you've seen the movie?
Oh yeah, it was made in the 70s. It was a huge hit. It's Michael Crichton, so he wrote it and directed it. It's the people go to the resort. It's basically Jurassic Park, or I should say Jurassic Park is like Westworld. And then it did so well they did a sequel called Future World, and then they had a short-lived TV series too.
Okay.
And then there's this one, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had some shit turn on in my ears. Yeah, no, for me, I wanted to. I try to get ready something to pull up, and fucking ads go off in my ears. I hate that. Damn you, internet websites. So, John Ward, now let us know what's your thoughts about Supergirl. You actually took the time out of your life. You spent the couple hours of your life watching this movie. What are your thoughts?
First, bring up that picture I have right there. That's the S. I put it down there for you. Oh, dude, yeah. What does that look like?
Is that a pocket pussy?
That is the cup.
It looks like a fleshlight.
Uh-huh. That's what you can buy in the theater.
What is it? What is that supposed to be?
It's a cup for Coke. For like soda.
What is the foreskin on it?
That's her overcoat.
And they picked that fucking color, huh?
Isn't that great? I almost want to go buy one if I could still get one.
Wow, somebody is a fucking idiot. Wow.
Yeah, because she looks a lot like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, almost identical. In fact, I think it's even the same jacket. So she wears, for the most part, throughout the entire movie, regular clothes and the tan overcoat. And then at the end, she puts on the Supergirl suit. But I just find that hilarious. I've been so tempted to just go see if one is available.
So would you rather have sex with the Supergirl fleshlight or Supergirl?
Oh, well, probably Supergirl. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even after seeing pictures of her teeth.
Well, she is British.
She does have the British teeth. She really has the
So
British
that
teeth
just
going on.
well, and okay, so good segue. She is not horrible in the movie. She is doing what she's told to do. She's probably a very nice person. She was
Are
just
you sure? She sounded like an ass in some
because
interviews.
she was drunk. She
good
was
for her.
there. Yeah, there's a few interviews. So what people are now thinking, and these even come from more conservative places like Nerdrotic and some of these other guys like Critical Drinker and some of these other places are thinking she was put onto the spot. She didn't know what to say. She was drunk. The movie came out during, Pride Month. She felt like she should say something. She did. It backfired on her. So even though she's kind of pulling a Rachel Zegler, she's not. It's like she's not good at this. She's bad at this. And maybe the studio told her to say that type of stuff. So it's like you could take down the there we go. I don't need flesh.
I was no, I mean really it looked like some foreskin.
It does. That's what a lot of people are saying, but a horrible decision. Why they could just do a cup that just said Supergirl and just leave it at that.
But put a cape on it. Like, didn't she wear a cape?
Well, she does, with the suit. So just put the cape. But she's not awful. The film itself, and I won't linger too long on this, it is not good. And a lot of people don't like the comic that it's based on. And basically, if you're liberal, you like the comic. If you're conservative, you don't. It's written by it's a male feminist who wrote it. It's barely based on the comic. I don't mind Crypto. I like that Crypto is kind of a spaz. It's stupid that this alien who wants to steal Supergirl's ship puts this poisonous dart in the Crypto, and she has 3 days to find like the serum. Well, why not just kill Crypto? Why is it 3 days? Oh, because the script says it's 3 days. It doesn't make any sense. Lobo is not in the comic book. Lobo is only there for the purpose of for fans, because everybody said Jason Momoa should play Lobo. He serves no purpose in the movie whatsoever. If you removed all of his scenes, nothing would change. Absolutely nothing. And even Jason Momoa, who looks like he's having fun, I mean, he kind of even looks like he's phoning it in.
Jason Momoa is in Supergirl?
He's Lobo.
I have no fucking idea who that is.
You would have to look up who Lobo is.
I don't care who Lobo is. I was just asking if Jason Momoa was in the movie.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But kind of like Lobo is almost like DC's version of Wolverine, to give you an idea.
Okay.
He's on a motorcycle. He's got the leather jacket, chains. He's a really cool character. Everybody loves him. And everybody said that Jason Momoa should play him. The story is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't take place on Earth at all. It's Superman is still coming off as a cuck. Of course, this is a girl boss movie. Even though she's drunk and sloppy.
Well, I mean, it is Supergirl, so that's kind of to be expected, right?
It is. And now they're saying this should kill the girl boss movies, because this is because we have Clayface coming out, which I think is going to bomb. Then do you even know who Clayface is?
I saw an ad for it.
But you don't know.
Other than that, no, I don't give a fuck about comics.
Well, my reason for asking is because I don't think really anybody knows who Clayface is. So it was a bad choice. And then there's going to be Man of Tomorrow. So, and then his James Gunn's contract is up. So we'll see once, like Paramount takes over, what happens. But it's just not a good movie. It's an ugly movie. It's a dark movie, and I don't mean in tone. It was like shot dark, which is weird because it's got a decent DP on it.
Did you go to that same theater where the other movie was really dark?
Oh, I didn't. Pay
those
for this.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Because I was just gonna say, because those laser projectors are very dark. But
this was, everybody has said the same thing. It's just a dark, like they shot it intentionally dark to maybe hide the bad CGI. But nobody, I don't even think, I mean, women don't even go to see the movies that are made for women. Charlie's Angels bombed. Furiosa bombed. All these movies.
A Supergirl movie No, true, but a Supergirl movie should be made for comic book movie fans, not just women. But I mean, it's a draw to get women in the theater too. But anybody who's a fan of superhero movies should be interested in going to see it. But
Yeah, and
they're
and
not, obviously.
right, and it was a it was a mistake to bring this out so fast. They should have done like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, then do kind of like a Justice League type of movie, and then bring in Supergirl. There's just Supergirl is not interesting enough by herself, and
Okay.
and my favorite Supergirl, like I brought up before, is is Sasha Calle, who's totally different looking, but it's the short black hair and everything. But the idea is that she sees her planet blow up, and that really depresses her. Superman never did, so he has no reference to that. But it's not. She's never on Earth except for like the very beginning and end. It's all in space. We don't give a shit about anybody. I don't. The actress, Millie Alcock says, well, it has nothing to do with men or with love, and which I thought was stupid because she loves her dog. So it obviously has to do with love. It may not have to do
Well,
with
that's different. Loving an animal is not like love. You can't compare loving an animal to loving another human being.
but you could say, she, there may not be a male love interest in the film.
I
but she does
love
her
my
dog.
Coors Light. That wouldn't mean this video is about love.
For Coors Light, it is. If you wear a T-shirt,
Well,
that
I
says,
said Coors
"I
Light,
heart
but this was a
Coors
Diet
Light,"
Coke.
then you love Coors Light if you have the T-shirt.
Yeah.
So it's just not there's no mid-credit or end-credit scene because I think they had no hope. I read a review that said it felt like 30 minutes of the movie is missing. Yeah, 25 minutes of the movie is missing. 1 week before the movie came out, they took out 25 minutes of the film, and it's 2 hours right now. So it's just not good. She doesn't photograph well. I've never seen House of the Dragon, but all those pictures you see of Chaka and the feral kid and all that stuff is real. Those weren't doctored. That is how she looks in the film. And I am really surprised that they let that out. I think they should have Batgirled this movie and just wrote it off, because some shots she looks really cute. And in other shots, it's like, oh shit. She'll turn to the camera and you'll be like, whoa, what's going on here? It's not, I can't imagine that this is that DC or James Gunn, who I really think needs to be fired, thought, oh, this is a role model for girls.
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling James Gunn doesn't care, and he's making the movies he wants to make versus the movies he should make. And maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I think he knows comics but hates comics. And it just came out, actually. The reason why Peacemaker season 2 is so bad is because his wife picked the scripts, and his wife is in the show. She's the angry chick. That's his wife.
Yeah, I thought the Peacemaker was only bad like at the end. The rest of the season was.
If the beginning of the season was okay, but remember, there was cocks, pussies, and butts all at the beginning of of season 1.
I don't remember. I remember the nude scene thing or whatever, but it
was like a big orgy.
But anyways, I don't remember enough about it to get into a conversation on that tonight, nor do I want to. But any final thoughts on Supergirl? I'm ready to move on, and apparently our viewers are too, because they're dwindling.
No, just go on then. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm boring them.
No. It's just okay. It's just I think a topic that, like as you're mentioning, people aren't liking the movie, and so I think they're just kind of overhearing about it. This is my thought. I do want to say hello, LC. What's going on? Hey, I hope you got that badge you were looking for. And am I going to see you? Are you going to be at Creep I.E this weekend? Oh no, I think, did you say? I'm sorry, I've talked to so many people about it, but LC, hopefully see you there. Wicked Network, Wonder Woman, also a bomb. Was there a Wonder Woman movie recently? The 84 was the last one, right?
84 was a bomb, but the original Wonder Woman was not.
But that was like the last one to come out, was the 84.
Yeah. And unless Wicked Network is just saying that Wonder Woman will be a bomb.
Oh, okay. Oh, is there another one coming?
Yeah, they're already casting.
Oh, interesting. Gonna see. Yeah. Well, fingers crossed on you on that other badge. I don't want to say anything where live out here personally, and Jinx share give you bad juju on it, but hopefully you get that other badge and hopefully see you this weekend. John, you shared a couple other photos here, stuff that is very interesting, and I'd love to hear about. Which one are we gonna pull up first?
Do my meme first.
Okay.
So I made this and I put this out there, and it is getting some interesting reactions. I put it up on Critical Drinkers page. I also sent it to Uwe Boll. He loved it, and it is for the most part getting excellent responses. Of course, some people are saying racist, misogynist, homophobe, and they are being brutally attacked. So it is getting an interesting response out there. I have not said anything. I haven't liked anything. I haven't commented. It is getting but it's getting a very interesting response. And then if you want to throw the other one up, because I'll try not to linger on this like I did with Supergirl, so people don't leave.
Well, I think there's not hate for this movie like there was with Supergirl.
So I picked that picture because this citizen vigilante is dominating the internet right now. It is number one, and I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes. It does have a 7% for the tomato meter. 15 reviews, 7%. But but that's the critics. But the fan, the popcorn meter, 94.
Wow. Okay, so that is definitely a lot of tomato hate right there, and we know they're definitely biased, and they're also they are what they are, and that is what it is.
You can normally tell if that tomato meter with the critics, if this was a movie about a liberal who went out and was taking out conservatives, it would be at 100%. Wow. But because it's because it's the opposite, they're going to give it, a bad review. But there are only 15 reviews. The other one has 2,500 reviews. And that's at the 94%. So this is number one right now on like Amazon Prime. And I like to kind of keep talking about it just because, I've interviewed, Uwe Boll now a few times. He's a friend of the channel. I like talking with him. And he was just on Piers Morgan the other night with a dickhead liberal who hated the movie, who said that he's, a racist and all of that. But it is, it's a good film. Is it a perfect film? No. But it's I think the message is more important than the making of the movie itself. So, it's good. It's nice to see that Obsession and Backrooms are still doing well. Young Washington beats, Supergirl. Toy Story 5 is doing well, which I guess was expected. But it's internet wise, this thing is doing big. It's doing really well. And it's kind of amazing of what's going on with it. It says right here, Prime Video, it currently holds a 4.6 out of 5, and it's an 85% rating. With it says a rating at 5 stars.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was looking. After you mentioned it, I was looking for it and I just couldn't find it anywhere. But yeah, here's what you were mentioning about Rotten Tomatoes. That is very interesting. 2,500 reviews at 94. That's a lot. It really is. And 7%. I'm just curious. Let's see what these 7% say. Let's see. My fear is that people will watch this movie and start thinking Ice Cube War of the Worlds wasn't bad. Oh, a fascist patchwork. There you go. There's one person with an agenda. So let's see here. This is 5 out of 10. It features, so that's not going to be terrible hate. I want to see the hate ones. The controversy swirling around Uwe Boll's low budget movie, since refused classification suggests it's an incendiary hot button polemic tapping into a tide of resentment about polarizing issue, and it is, but not because it's any good. So he's saying it's polarizing, but not because it's good. Hurtful, dangerous, and blatantly racist, says a black guy.
Corey Coleman, yes, says that. Yeah.
And so here's the thing. There is a massive problem with illegal immigration, not just in America, but around the world. And there are a lot of people that want you to believe that people should just be able to go wherever they want. And John and I are not going to see eye to eye with them, but it's very interesting. And so this is definitely getting people to watch and respond about a very current problem that is going on around the world, and that's illegal immigrants going places, and then people native to those places where the illegals are going winding up dead or hurt, or victims of some nature, and that's kind of what this movie is about, right?
Yeah, he goes out and takes care of like he's talked about this, so this isn't ruining anything as he brings it up in all of his interviews. The beginning of the movie says Europe. So it's a generalization of Europe. It doesn't say where in Europe, just Europe.
Okay.
And it opens with a mother and a son who are in a store. And as the mother and son are leaving, this illegal immigrant comes up with a knife and stabs her in the neck. And blood gushes everywhere. And the mom falls, and the kid, he's crying for the mom, and the immigrant gets away. So this is what happened to Belfast with the guy who was getting his head cut off, and also with the woman on the train with the black guy who stabs her in the neck. And and I told Uwe Boll, I said, well, 10 years ago, I would have gone, oh, this would never happen. Yes, it would. Today it does happen. It's been in the news recently. So it's if you current events, but in a Death Wish type movie. And especially Death Wish 2 is the one that I would describe it as. So I think it's very, and Elon Musk loves it. He may produce the second film.
I heard you mention that. I'm curious, where did you see that? Because I've looked at Elon. I follow Elon on X, and I have not seen him post about it or anything. Do you know where that came up? I'm just curious about the legitimacy of what you have heard.
I would just say from different people that have talked about it.
Okay.
About the movie and stuff. They've brought it up. So, but I'll take a look myself.
Okay. Metal Greg says, hey, OGP and John, I rented Obsession and Mortal Kombat. Both were great. Nice. Mortal Kombat was okay. Not the biggest fan. But Obsession is phenomenal. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Obsession is, man, it's got some good fucking moments in it. Being biased towards thing just destroys everything. No, Magnetic Cone. And that's where, to me, it's a movie. I don't like the idea that, one, if you're going to make a movie to put politics in it, if it doesn't fit my needs, I'm not going to watch. I don't want to watch it. But typically, I don't want to watch a politically driven movie anyways. But I don't know that this is politics as much as it is just kind of things going on, agree or disagree. But I don't know. I am curious, though, John, production value wise, where is this movie? Is it good? Because I'm not hearing that.
It's there's a lot of drone shots. It feels very independent. So
Okay.
a lot of this stuff when Uwe has been funded by more studios, stuff like In the Name of the King or some of these other big movies that he did, it looks more Hollywood. This is much more independent feeling. So it has that quality to it.
Okay. And that's where an independent film is never going to look like typically because look at Obsession. But they're typically not going to look like a big Hollywood blockbuster. So that's okay. But I was just curious of like what we could expect going into it. This is very interesting. They're at 90 plus 9. The FIFA World Cup Mexico versus England match, and England has a 1-goal advantage. And how long are they going to go? 9 minutes extra. Are we just going extra to try and get Mexico to get the win? How long are they going to go? And that's one thing that I fucking hate about soccer is that most games, like basketball, you play, and it's what do they play? 12 minutes, and then that they do that 4 times, so you have a 48-minute game, and then it's over. Football, 4 15-minute quarters, 60 minutes, and it's over. Soccer, when it's done, they're like, oh, we'll just keep going for a little while, and you don't really know why, and so I don't like that. If somebody gets hurt and they need to add time to the end, why don't they just stop the clock while the game is going? Just stop the clock and then start it again instead of adding time at the end where there could be controversy about that. I don't know. I'm not a soccer fan. The only time I ever watched soccer was, when my kids were playing it. But I just thought, see, now they're at 90. They've played 100 minutes now. It just keeps going and going. Maybe they're just going to go until Mexico scores a goal and ties it up. I'm sure the people in England are losing their shit right now. But if you're a fan of World Cup, there's a pretty significant game going on right now. Has anyone seen a movie called The Toll? Is it good? It sounds very familiar. John, are you familiar with The Toll?
No.
Huh. It does sound familiar. Let's see. I'm Toll from 2020. I see there's a movie called The Toll, hour and 20 minutes long. A socially awkward driver and a weary passenger try to make it to their destination while being haunted by a supernatural threat. It's got a 5.3 out of 10 rating, which is not terrible. And wondering if anybody in it looks familiar. No big names in it or anything, but no, I've not seen it, nor do I recognize that artwork. It looks like it is available on Movie Sphere or Prime Video. So Magneticone, sorry, cannot help you on that one. Sean says soccer is boring. I love playing soccer, not watching it, says Antonis. There you go. I just thought, it is a pretty critical. Now they're at 90, 101 minutes. They're just going until Mexico wins, I think. So there you go. So new Uwe Boll movie. And I didn't see. What's it called again, John? What's the movie called?
Oh, Citizen Vigilante.
Okay. I just wanted to pull it up to see where everybody could watch it if they wanted to. Prime Video. So it looks like it's only on Prime Video right now. You could rent for $5.99. Starring Armie Hammer and Costas Mandylor, who we love Costas Mandylor as Hoffman in the Saw franchise. And I don't. Yeah, I'm looking it up too. I don't see anything of Elon actually saying that he might produce it. That maybe that's just a rumor. I did hear it from like a few different critics or commentators like Nerdrotic and stuff like that. So it could be just a rumor or maybe wishful thinking because he because of the ban in Germany, that's why he played it on X for 48 hours for free. And it got a whole bunch of people. Uwe Boll has released I can't find it. Maybe it was taken down, but he did release a self-made poster. And it says Citizen Vigilante 2, and it shows Armie Hammer on a bus, like holding a gun, and it's the black guy and the white woman as the black guy's about to get up, and it says he's coming to America. Oh wow! trying to rattle the cage, trying to stir the pot.
Yeah.
So let's see. Jeff says watched They Will Kill You on HBO, was decent. Over the top violence. They Will Kill You is the one that came out right after the part 2 of the movie you just watched, John.
Oh, Ready or Not.
Ready or Not. Thank you. And I have not yet watched They Will Kill You because when it came out in theaters, I did hear a lot that it was kind of like that, but kind of like the Ready or Not movies, but just not good. But Jeff says it was decent. That is good to know. Okay, so they finally called it after an extra 12 or 13 minutes. England has beaten Mexico. Mexico is knocked out of the World Cup there. So sorry, Mexico. At least you made it this far, right? The round of 16, I think, right? Something like that. So look at this. Wet Movie 1 has ended his live stream. Hey, John, love that forehead. It's so good enough for me to poop on.
I'll poop on your forehead.
Yeah. Wet baby. I hope that you're feeling well. And I'm guessing you probably talked about in your live stream what was going on with you, why you were back at the ER today, but I hope you're doing well there. Good, sir. Norway and England is going to be a good game. I don't know why I couldn't say that, but kind of came out kind of funny. They're all the sudden.
Use your words.
I will try. So, John, do we have anything else to talk about? Such as, hold on, wait a minute.
I have a serious Blu-ray addiction.
John, do you have a serious Blu-ray addiction?
No, I don't think it's serious, but
it's pretty fucking serious, dude. You got a lot of Blu-rays, well, and DVDs. You have a media collection.
Yeah.
You know what the real thing? You have an affliction, not an addiction. You have an affliction. You cannot stand money being in your wallet. It's got to be given to vendors that will give you physical stuff, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, well, I get paid. I take that money and I put it onto my spreadsheet to basically where it gets down to zero. And then I kind of subtract stuff here and there to where I can buy movies or Funko Pops and stuff, but still make all my bills and save a little bit of money. There we go.
I don't believe you. You spend all of your money on physical shit. And and the proof is in that pile of stuff behind you right there. I kid. But you do have a couple things to show this week, do you not?
We'll do it fast. I watch that show that I've brought up, Mr. Sunday Movies. They're doing 3 movies that the Odyssey would have taken from. And so they did review Jason and the Argonauts. So I went out and bought that because I don't have that. Probably the best Ray Harryhausen movie. That's with the fighting skeletons on it. So I bought that. And they also reviewed Troy. This is the director's cut of Troy. So I'll be watching that soon. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
And I thought I would give it a second chance because Donald and I, at some point, will be reviewing the John Wick movies. And along with that, I also want to talk about Atomic Blonde, Nobody. And so I did buy for like $10. It's the 4K of Nobody 2.
Ooh, brother.
I rewatched it.
Ooh.
I gave it a second chance.
Ooh.
I gave it a second chance.
Yeah. What are you
That's all I
can
say. I was enjoying it up until where they go on vacation, and then it just.
See, if it was not a sequel to Nobody, if Nobody never existed and they just made this movie, we could laugh at it and have a good time with it. But as a sequel to the original Nobody, they're 2 different types of movies. It's almost as bad as Megan and Megan 2.0, where they're total different genres.
Yeah, this is much more of a comedy. It's more comic booky. I was watching one of the guys I like. I've brought him up before, Patrick H. Willems, and he did a 2-part video about legacy sequels and stuff. And he said the way that studios look at it is you do something totally different, which would be, he used Empire Strikes Back as his example, or you do something that's totally the same, which would be The Force Awakens. And that's what they decided to do on here was go Force Awakens. So it is literally the same movie, just in a different place. I like the beginning of it when he's doing his job where we see him at work. And the wife is getting all pissed off at this because he's never at home and he's always black and blue and shit. I was enjoying that. But the second they went on vacation, all of a sudden it just turned it. And Sharon Stone is so awful in this. God, is she bad? And I don't know if it's intentional or not. Like, is she supposed to be this over the top Roadhouse kind of, weird, 80s, 90s villain where they're just really just over the top, or is she just a bad actress?
Yeah, I think the whole movie is over the top. And I think a solid comparison would be Hangover 2, where it's same kind of movie, but it just went from good to fucking trash.
And yeah, I'm in the minority on that. I actually like the second one, but I do understand why people hate that movie because it is just the same film over again.
Yeah.
But then Hangover 3 was not.
No, and that's why Hangover 3 is the second best one in the trilogy there. But Nobody 2, yeah, they went from it. We enjoyed Nobody because you have this average nobody who just kicks ass, and you took that and made it goofy, slapstick, and you added comedy rather than letting us laugh at him fucking people up. You added jokes, and we didn't need that with that franchise. It would be like John Wick having jokes. We don't need John Wick with jokes.
No,
let us laugh at him being a badass.
Yeah, in the first film, it was great when the one guy, he goes to the tattoo place, and the one guy there sees his tattoo.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes is he's like, you were this with this company? He's like, yeah. And he's like, and he just backs out, goes through the door, locks it, and that's it. That's all we need to know. It's kind of like Yoda. Oh, now we're going to find out why Yoda is so great in the prequels. We really didn't need to see him hopping all around. We just needed to hear how great Yoda was. It's just, but there are funny scenes in part 2, like when he beats all the guys up in the elevator isn't bad. And he keeps getting
it's not a terrible movie.
No,
there are some moments.
But that's also before he gets to the park. So all the stuff before the park, you kind of go, all right. Minute he hits the park, all of a sudden it just turns into Walking Tall and Roadhouse and all those. So,
did want to say Magnetic Cone was saying Wet Movie 1. Magnetic Cone has been a big fan since Lightsaber Duel skit. Wow, going way back there. And also says Nobody 2 was a letdown. So bummed. Yeah, I am with you. I think we all were kind of bummed by that movie there. So, okay. Any other pickups?
No, that's it. I'm getting the tier list ready right here. So
right on. Yeah. So let's talk horror movies. The Fangoria top 100 horror movie poster, which I apparently have lost. And there we go.
Speaking of fatigue, I'm actually getting some fatigue from this.
Oh, from the horror movie poster?
Yeah.
Wow. So there it is, the top 100 horror movie poster. And we've done like 2 rows a week because there's 10 movies per row. So can I make this a little bit bigger? And zoom in. Oh, why did you? Screen went full asshole there for a minute. There we go. So we did 2 rows per week. And now this week we're on the last 2 rows here. So starting down here with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, The Blob, Child's Play, Talk to Me, Terrifier 2, Paranormal Activity, Friday the 13th Part 6, Halloween 3, Nightmare 3, Nightbreed, Barbarian, Devil's Rejects, Freaks, Evil Dead Rise, Audition, Wolfman, Nope, Zombie, Ginger Snaps, and X. So those are the 20 movies we're talking about this week. Those are the final 20 movies. If you're curious and haven't seen our thoughts on the other 80 movies, you can go back week by week by week and watch as we went through them after we grade. And what we're doing this week is we're giving these a letter grade, A, B, C, D, F, or S for superior. They're better than an A. It'd be like an A+. So we're grading these, and then starting next week or somewhere down the road, we will be putting these in order. we're going to take our ranking list and all the S's. We're going to pick out which one is the best, second best, third best. And we're going to make our own top 100 horror movie list. And so if you have a thought of a movie that's not on this list, let us know. You can type it in the comments and you say this movie belongs on the list. And we'll go from there. And I'll try to make notes of the movies you all think should be on the list. And as we go, we'll put all of these in order from best to worst, our favorite to least favorite. Then we'll kind of decide, okay, what movies need to be added to the list? Where should it go? And then once we've added our list, we'll see what 100 we have, and everything down below will be cut off. So that should be fun as our next kind of project for the tier list here as we go on. But there it is. I lost myself here. Top 100 horror movies as chosen by Fangoria readers. And John and I don't have a lot of faith in the Fangoria readers because there's some interesting choices on here. Are there not, Mr. John?
Oh, I disagree with so many of these. Yeah.
Are you able to zoom it on in like we did before there?
Yep. Just want to make sure you could get it. So there we go.
Nice.
Is that better?
Yes.
There we go. Okay, good. Just had to click.
Okay.
Right.
So, and before we go, so if you're going to comment and let us know, try and type like something, the letter grade you believe what the movies are, and try and type like for example, Friday the 13th. You could put FOT, or no, Friday FTT, right? Something like that, just something so we know which movie you're referring to, because sometimes the comments get bogged down. But let us know your thoughts on these movies as well. Oh, look at John. Okay. All right, sir. Take it over.
Does that look that back to normal? Okay.
Yeah.
All I want to do is just move the thing. All right. So I am going to ask you this right now. Where do you want to do Evil Dead Rise? Beginning, end, middle?
Oh, I would think, are you not going in order that's in the poster like Texas Chainsaw, or are you just going in whatever order you have them?
Whatever order the tier list puts the poster.
Well, let's start, since you brought it up, let's start with that one.
Okay, so the very first one then is going to be, where is it? Why can't I find it? Here it is. Okay. Evil Dead Rise. This is one that I am very interested in what people think. I think you are dead wrong. I rewatched
about it being woke. Did you not see the sign on the door, the sign on the wall about feminism?
Yes, but okay. So
and they have a trans girl.
Okay, so it would actually be a trans man, but
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. So I don't know.
So except for the son who is trans, which I didn't realize when I first saw it, to me that is the only woke thing in this. The good thing is it is never brought up. Now, would I have preferred for there to be an actual male actor playing that role? Yes, I would have. I always figured when I saw it, I don't know, maybe the kid is gay, maybe he's just really effeminate, something like that. But looking into it is, yes, this is a trans person. I don't think it really hurts the movie, but I would have preferred it to be an actual biological male to be in there. So for me, that is the only negative, but it would not stop me from watching the film again. But I do think Lee Crone's The Mummy is a better Evil Dead movie than Evil Dead Rise. With that being said, now going off of some of your, you made a comment that the dad is a deadbeat dad. He's not a deadbeat dad. The mother mentions in here that the dad does pay child support, but from afar. And looking at
so he's family, a deadbeat dad. Where is he? He's not there helping raise his kids.
But he's sending child support. That's not a deadbeat dad doesn't pay child support. My dad is a deadbeat dad because he never gave my mom any money.
A person who doesn't pay child support winds up in jail. A deadbeat dad doesn't come around to see their kids.
Well, no, you don't end up in jail if you don't, because then you could go to court and you could have that fixed.
Well, if you don't pay your child support, you in California will wind up in jail.
Oh, wait, there's Sean 420 is saying you should zoom out so we could see the whole list.
No, leave it where it is. That's the best we could do, unfortunately, Sean.
No, see,
because if we zoom out, they get so small you can't see it.
Well, I don't want to show the whole thing. Well, we're seeing A. You're seeing, here.
Yeah.
Maybe I could go up a little bit on it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we need to worry about it. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
To,
no, we can't.
Yeah.
We can't.
Okay.
We can't.
So he does pay child support. The thing with also what big problem I have is that I think Bruce Campbell's voice is on the record, but I think that Bruce should have a bigger part in this. It does bother me that the director didn't have the Oldsmobile. This is the only Evil Dead movie not to have the Oldsmobile, but he said, which is Sam Raimi's car, but he says that the chainsaw is the same color. So that's his little ode to that. I think that's a mistake. The ending of the movie takes place.
I thought the chainsaw was fucking stupid. It was just fanfare. I don't want fanfare. I want a good movie.
Well, it's there because there's the tree cutting machine is there. The grinder is there. So the chainsaw is hooked to that to cut to cut trees. But I think that should have been in it. The thing with the whole thing of saying feminism up on the wall with the daughter, who's a bitch, I found it more ironic that the daughter, who's going to protest on Labor Day, which is a day people protest on. I didn't know that till I looked it up. But I find it funny because it's a woman who kills her. So she gets infected. It's the little girl who she's protecting who kills her, who puts the rod through her. So there's a sign in the back that says feminism. She's protecting women, but yet the little girl who's her sister kills her. So I felt a lot of this stuff was a little bit more irony than anything. You also mentioned in your message that the sister, you mentioned something with the sister who works with the band. The sister is pregnant, so she got knocked up on the road.
Know about a band. I don't remember what I said in the message. Well,
that's why I wrote some of it down.
Okay.
So and so she.
Oh, you're talking about. Okay, hold on. You just made me reminded me of something so ungodly stupid. This movie wasn't just bad because it was woke. You have a fucking 7-year-old girl going up to a woman going, someday you're going to make a good mommy. What fucking 7-year-old on the planet has ever uttered a sentence like that? Never. No fucking child speaks like that. That is not the way a 7-year-old child speaks. You go back in the movie and there's a scene where she goes up. I think it's the aunt who's pregnant.
Yeah.
Who's like, left her man because he's bad because man bad. Aunt has to go be with the women.
No.
Well, whatever. She's not with the man.
But you're saying
the 7-year-old girl. The 7-year-old girl says a line. Someday you're gonna make a good mommy.
It's because
kids don't fucking talk like that.
Is helping her. The aunt is helping all of them.
It's so retarded.
And when one of the demons says you're pregnant, so I get 2 souls.
I've heard better lines in a Dustin Ferguson movie than someday you're going to be a good mommy.
Why wouldn't the little girl say that?
They don't. I have 5 kids of my own. Kids don't talk like that. I've been around billions of little kids. They don't talk like
billions. That. Wow, that's a lot of kids.
It was a billion kind of came out of both, but lots. I've been around a lot of kids.
A lot of kids. I disagree with that. I absolutely disagree with that. So that's
how many little kids have you been around?
Well, legally, I'm not allowed to say.
Jesus Christ.
No, but I mean, I when I worked at the video store way back in the day when VHS was still a thing, I was in the kids' room and a little kid came in and we had like a 20-minute conversation on He-Man. It was like an adult talking to this little kid about He-Man, and it was like 2 adults discussing He-Man. And so it was, I don't think like a little girl I think that little girl would say that because little kids think,
disagree.
especially little girls, think about motherhood and they think about kids and
Yeah,
you know,
no,
that's
it
why
was
they
fucking
have that's why they
terrible.
have little dolls and stuff that they play with.
It was fucking terrible.
So it's no, I completely disagree. I think that it is well shot, it's well acted. The effects are great. Kids are being killed off. I mean, they're being blasted with shotguns, they're getting their necks ripped out. It's very bloody. The I disagree. I don't think it's woke at all, except that I would prefer not to have the trans kid took away the part that a regular boy would get. And so, but I am happy that it's never brought up in the movie. Now, remember, allegedly, I think Sam Raimi is gay. And there's a reason why he lived in Silver Lake for many, 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 many years. And I just thought about it, but the movie On the Island with, was it Help Us or Get Help or whatever it's called?
Yeah, Help Me, Help Us. Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that, right? Yeah.
That is a massive girl boss movie. She's perfect through the entire film, and the boss is an asshole from the beginning to the end. So there could be that Raimi has some sort of agenda, and that man bad, woman good, but in this, everybody seems to be kind of flawed. I mean,
yeah. Why do we have to have? Why do we? I'm not gonna watch this movie again. I refuse. But why do we have to have the LGBT family? Why can't we have a normal fucking family?
But it isn't. It isn't. The kid's not gay. It's supposed to be the character is straight.
So okay, irregardless, this is not the American family that is the foundation of the United States of America. The reason America is such a great country because of families, in which we're getting away from that as society. We're getting away to these single households, these dad's not around and all this stuff, and LGBT thrown in everybody's face, and it's deteriorating the core, the fabric of Americana, which is man, woman, children. And to me, going down this road is just saying I am against, or that fabric doesn't matter. I don't want to see this fucking family. These fucking people, if I saw them walking down the street, I am kind of glad they all got killed, or how many ever of them got killed.
They all got killed except for the little girl and the aunt, who, by the way, is fucking hot. And it's but saying that, then that means that everything that the church brings out during weddings is incorrect. You're supposed to stay with the person until you die. Then why is divorce?
We're not gonna. I don't want to go that far down a tangent. I was just stating the idea that you have a family that is not you've given us a family, and you're showing us a family that's not a typical American family. It's the new. What's the left-wing media wants you to believe is that we don't need a family. Kids don't need a family. Kids don't need a dad. They can grow up just fine with women, but they can't, because then they turn into little bitches like the little bitch in the movie who was so fucking annoying, screaming at her mom about her laundry not being done.
Because she's a little bitch. She's that age.
Yeah,
where she thinks going to a Labor Day
that age
protest
no,
is actually going to solve anything.
Not one of my kids would have ever acted like that. So it's not an age thing. It's a bad parenting thing.
No.
It's a lack of a father figure. It's a bad, poor choice of family.
I'm not going to say that. No, I completely disagree with that, because I didn't have a dad. I've never had a dad. And
here's the thing is I feel like I can argue the point of what it's like to be around a family, because I've had a wife and kids.
And I can argue what it's like to be around a dysfunctional family because of my mother and not having a father.
And there you go. And okay. And so the point is, this is a dysfunctional family that they have on in the movie, right? It's a dysfunctional family, right?
To a degree, it is. I would say that it is a normal California family,
which is a dysfunctional family.
To a degree. The mom is normal. She's just been divorced. My mom has been divorced twice.
Where's the dad?
I have no idea where my dads are, and I've had two.
Not your dad in the movie. Where's the dad?
If you had to be around that family, I would split too. So
well, yeah. So therefore, by definition, dysfunctional because the dad is not there.
But
anymore.
So the Brady Bunch is dysfunctional.
True, but they came together, got the mom, got the dad, and then did their thing. I mean, anyways, we shouldn't. Let's not beat up on this all night long.
I just don't know how one is. People get divorced. I could sit there and say I don't think people should have any more than one.
No, they do. They do. People get divorced, to me, and that's fine.
Dysfunctional is more than one kid.
People get divorced, and that is fine. But when people get divorced, and they have a trans kid, and they have posters on the wall, and they're going to protest.
The kid is not
trans. Stop. Let me fucking talk, okay?
But you're wrong.
You have the dad is not there. I'm just stating facts. The dad is not there. Okay, the dad is not there. You have a little girl bitching at her mom. You have a poster on the wall, okay, about whatever that fits woke shit. You have a trans person in the movie, whether they're pretending to be a boy or girl or whatever, it is in real life a trans person. You have all women cast. All these things put together, when you put all of them together, it's an agenda. You can have gay people in the movie, that's fine. You can have trans people in the movie, that's fine. But when you have every fucking thing about this movie, every fucking thing about it is a part of the woke agenda, then it's woke.
No, you have the guy who lives down the hallway, who's obviously NRA because he has guns in his apartment, but he's a very nice guy. You have the two kids who might be brothers who knock on the door. They want the daughter, the middle daughter, to come and watch Nightmare on Elm Street with them, and she basically tells them to go fuck off because she's a bitch. There are men in the movie. There are the boy
that gets shunned or killed really quickly.
Everybody does, except for the aunt and the little girl. Everybody dies. And at the very beginning, we get two girls and a guy who get killed. So it's no, I completely disagree with this. That has, just because the movie has, and like I said, one of the reasons why I won't go see Odyssey is because of Ellen Page. I won't go see it because of that and many other reasons. And that's a focus of the movie, is that Elliot Page is in the film. This was not a focus on the movie. Was, oh, look, Evil Dead Rise, we got a trans person to play this role. It's never brought up in the movie. It's a son. He or she is playing a boy.
Brought up or not, they're there. Brought up or not, they are there. That is a trans person in the movie. And there is a poster on the wall, and there is a protest. So I am finished arguing for this movie. I fucking hate it. I'll never watch it again.
I think you're 100% wrong.
But. So it's in my opinion, it's a fucking terrible movie. I watched it with Matt. We both walked out of the theater pissed off. We both walked out angry.
Like Matt's the smartest guy. Come on.
Well, he's entitled to his opinion.
Sure.
As we all are.
And he's most likely going to agree with you.
Yeah, no. We sat there and watched the movie together and talked as the movie was going on about, what was happening, what we were seeing. And it wasn't like he was just agreeing with me throughout the movie. So my final thought on it is I just don't like it all. In my opinion, it's the filmmaker wanted to shove their views down our throat. They incorporated their views throughout the movie, and I did not like it, and it just bugged me. But on top of that, I thought the movie sucked. I did not care for it. I will agree with you. There are some good effects. That stuff was fine. It was shot well. That was fine. I didn't like the movie at all. And personally, I understand we're not going to rate it an F here, but personally, this would be my first F. So, John, your final thoughts, and I will not interrupt you.
No, I have nothing more to say. I just think
Okay.
I think that you're wrong. I mean,
Okay.
you can have your opinion. That's fine, but I don't agree with that at all, except for that they should have just had a biological boy instead of a trans person in the film. I think that just takes away from an actual boy getting the role. I do not think this is an S. I would go A.
Let's see what the other folks are saying. Antonis says F. Elika says D. Jeff says C at best. Magneticone says C. Mario is the only one in agreement with you on an A. Let's see. Saw it in the theater, thought it was fine, watched it last year, don't like it. I give it a C. So there's another C. So my argument would be for a C, but if it gets us to be able to move on, I'm willing to go up to a B for you. But personally, I would give it an F.
I can go B. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
That's
Put
fine.
it in B. Put it in B. Let's see here. So we did have some funny comments that I did want to address. I didn't have a dad growing up. I'm fine. So this is my thing and what you need to understand. We talked about the dynamics of a dysfunctional family. I did not say everybody from a dysfunctional family is a bad person. All I said was, let's define a dysfunctional family. And I feel like I can speak on 5 kids, and I've been married now 20. Well, fuck, I've lost count, 20 something years. But we've been together 25 years, my wife and I. So then we've been married 22. So I just bringing that up was my argument of why, or what a dysfunctional family is. John is a fine human being. He grew up without a dad. My arguing of what a dysfunctional family is not to try and belittle anybody. Sometimes, you're referencing things, not saying they're bad. And so I'm not trying to say growing up with or without a dad makes bad, but it is not the base of what made America great. I don't
Ted Bundy had a mom and dad. Jeffrey Dahmer had a mom and dad.
And that does not.
Hitler had a mom and dad.
Both, but Hitler turned out to be a fine human being who was just
wow, I think that's worse than what I said.
So no, a kid. But no, whether you have a dad or whether you don't, it doesn't make a difference. Well, it does. It can impact, but you can have a bad dad, which could impact you too. You need, the ideal situation would be to grow up with a good mom and a good dad in a wholesome environment where you can blossom. But if not, hopefully you have a good mom around. And if you don't, hopefully you have a good grandma around at least. Anti-gay rants are why I tuned in. It's not an anti-gay rant. See, this is why I sometimes don't like arguing my point, because I didn't say gay people are bad. I did not say that. I did not say trans people are bad. I was defining what was in the movie and versus, what is reality and stuff. So go back and rewind, and you will not find me say gay people are bad unless you cut this out and you edit that clip down. So OGP likes talking about needing men. There you go, Lou. Don't get John on a rant here. Here we go. I see John grinning now. OGP, in your corner. Let's get it on. There you go. But you weren't my corner, Mario. You graded it an A. You were in John's corner, sir. Movies are fantasy, documentaries are real.
I would disagree with that.
Well,
documentaries are not real. A lot of documentaries are completely manipulated depending on who made them. From the very first documentary, Nanook of the North, which was a silent documentary about an Eskimo, it was completely manipulated.
True, but documentaries by nature are supposed to be documented.
But
Hollywood will not allow that, is the problem. because Hollywood has to make everything with an agenda.
It's even a documentary that says that it is non-biased is still going to be more biased to one side than the other. It is. What you're saying is, yes, it should be true that movies are fantasy and documentaries are real. Yes, you can make a movie, documentary about 9/11, but depending on who made it, yeah, it's going to be slanted.
And we're never going to know the whole truth on that. It's like a JFK documentary. We don't know the whole truth, so you can make it based on what your thoughts are. But to me, I think a documentary should never be. Well, I mean, I guess a documentary is, like a story. I prefer, if I want to learn something, I don't want it to be in a movie format at all. But anyways, that's enough of that. We have 19 more movies to talk about tonight. Jeff volunteers to step up and be your daddy, John, if you need. If you,
I appreciate that, and we'll get in contact. I do need a good daddy.
We'll get in contact. Yes, that's amazing. Cinestalker's back. How to get a drink? Decent. What are you sipping on over there tonight, Cinestalker? Jamie, what's going on? OGP and John, how's your fourth? What do you do for the fourth? OGP and John. Jamie, rewind to the very beginning, and we talk about that. We do go over everything. We got a lot to get to, and we need to keep on keeping on. We're already an hour and 42 minutes in, so sorry.
And we only have 18 minutes to finish this.
That's less than a minute a movie. Shit. Metal Grey grew up in a single parent household with a deadbeat dad, but my mom has sacrificed her whole life, has gone above and beyond. My brother and sister put all of us through college. Very nice. Very nice. And again, I'm not saying dysfunctional families are all bad. I was just like defining what they are. Go John, beat OGP's butt. There you go. My brother and sister and I are great people and upstanding citizens. Very nice. Very nice. Well, John, now maybe I spoke out of turn because I did say that John was a good person. But John, you said you're not allowed to talk about how many kids you've been around. So are you like Alan? Are you not supposed to be within 50 feet of the school there while they pick up Phil?
I wish that we just didn't park so close to the school. Why? I'm not allowed to be in 100 yards of school.
Yeah.
See, you know what's great about that scene in The Hangover is we never find out why. He just cannot be.
Oh, and he has to be like this.
But he doesn't. It's if you were to write that today, you would have to have an explanation.
Exactly.
But now it's just I can't be. That's why that film is so well written.
Yeah,
I love The Hangover.
And it's probably with Alan. It's probably something where he's just naive and does something that he shouldn't have done around a kid. Like masturbating on a plane or something.
Which he did do. And who knew?
Yeah. All right.
So
okay.
ready to
what are we gonna talk about next? Now that we all have agreed that Evil Dead sucks.
Now that right. Now that we got that out of the elephant out of the room. Oh, here's an F for me. Audition. Audition.
Yeah. So it's not a good movie, and I don't know that I can go F, even D on it. It's put together well. It's a long, boring story. The end is interesting. People love it, and I'm not so sure why. To me, an F needs to be a poor production value, poor everything, and this doesn't have all that, but it's not great. You set this up as we need, people are auditioning. They're coming in like auditioning for movie auditions. But that goes on forever and ever and ever.
Well,
and
yeah,
ever.
he loses his wife. It's him and his kid. It's 7 years later. Everybody's asking him, why don't you get married? Why don't you get married? Why don't you get married again? So he holds these auditions.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this and Obsession are the only two films I have not seen on this list, and they both suck. At least Possession.
Stop. Thank you. You've corrected yourself. You said Obsession at first.
Yeah. Possession. At least it was well shot. This Audition I should like because it looks like, I don't know if the director is the actor or whatever, but it looks like they took a camera, they aimed it at a desk, they hit record, the director walked around the desk, sat down and went, action. They did all their scenes in one shot, and then he goes, cut, gets up, walks around, and turns the camera off. I love normally stuff like that. I love stuff. Weapons is very much like that. But it's like, my God, nothing happens in this movie. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I ended up scanning. I got like I told you, I got the little boxes that I could scan through. I'm like, box. Okay, now and I waited 20 minutes, 30 minutes, nothing happening, 40 minutes, nothing happening. And this film's almost 2 hours. We finally almost get to that point, and then she starts torturing him, cutting off his leg and shit like that. And there's he's having some fantasy about the son's friend who's like a schoolgirl. There's some weird person with no legs and a fucked up hand. And it's just like, this is awful. This film sucks. It's horribly shot. I have no idea if it's well acted or not, because it's all fucking subtitled. And it's just like, no, I immediately got out of the free trial, so I wouldn't accidentally have to pay for this. So it's like, no, I hate this. I would say I would leave it right where it's at. I would say D. If nobody's willing to do F, I'm willing to do D.
Okay. So
that will be
I agree with you. And this brings me to a movie that should be on here that isn't. And one that I will talk about in the weeks to come. And that is Antichrist with Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah, you like that film. Yeah. I haven't seen it.
Antichrist is phenomenal, and there are similar aspects. I've heard people say Antichrist, Audition, good double feature, but if you're looking for a certain type of film, there are elements that line up. But Audition is long and boring.
Oh
and
my God,
I could never. I don't own it. I looked to see if I bought it, and I have not, and I did not even add it to my list, because I just don't desire to ever watch this again.
No.
So
I would take Possession. I would own Possession over this, as at least it has Sam Neill in it. But it's like, no, this is bad. It is.
Yeah.
And I think that's what gave me fatigue. It is finally this movie, and it's like, I'm done with this list. I am absolutely done with this.
Yeah, and that's it. To me, that's part of what makes it interesting, because if we just agreed with everything, it wouldn't be fun. We wouldn't even need to have the conversation. So I think this is what's interesting, is talking about movies that we can go, why the fuck is this on here? And then we find out movies that we completely disagree on. And I'm still kind of shocked. I thought you would watch Evil Dead Rise Again and come back and agree with me. I really did. So I'm kind of surprised, but that's what makes the conversation fun and interesting and volatile. Like Jeff likes the volatile conversations, and John and I have had our fair share of them. We get into it, and we have to take it down and
a few drinks
and move on. But there you go. Speaking of drinks, Cinestalker has a PBR decent. I have a PBR light that I wanted to put in the background, but it's just too bright, so I can't have it.
Is that peanut butter raspberry? Like
yes.
a sandwich?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that sounds good, actually. Peanut
Pabst Blue Ribbon. At one point, the most popular beer on the planet about 100 years ago. I have not seen Audition. Antonis, don't waste your time. Elika says it's a D. Elika, I like where you're going with that. Sean has a Budweiser. Not a big fan, but you do you. Audition is a D for Jeff. I don't get the love. There you go. Mario says F. Sean 420 says F. John, can a film be that bad?
yeah. It really can be to the point that you just I almost wanted to do like I sent you the message where it's like, I made 20 minutes into it, didn't care about anybody, turned it off. And then I thought, no, I should at least scan through it. I probably should have done that with Possession too, just to kind of get to the cosmic horror stuff. But
it depends on what app you're watching it on, because some you can't scan through and see. It just jumps.
Oh, true.
Yeah. But so because of you guys enjoying The Mummy, maybe I'll give it another shot. I didn't get any vibes of things that would tick me off in it. I just didn't care. Maybe I'll watch it again in when I'm, feeling a little more up to it or something. Audition was cool for the one scene, not giving spoilers. So that's the catch, is that some of these movies on this list, and some movies in general, it's all about the payoff at the end, and you have to wait for the payoff. When you have to wait over 2 hours for one little scene, it's tough. And for me, Audition, that scene at the end, there isn't enough payoff for what you have to endure. Yeah.
I mean, Martyrs, I enjoyed much more than this. I mean, it's
well, in Martyrs, there's stuff going on throughout, and that's where, like, Antichrist, there are things going on.
I'll have to watch Antichrist. Yeah, if you give The Mummy a second chance, I'll watch Antichrist. So,
well, fuck you should watch Antichrist anyways, because it's a phenomenal film. Yeah. I'm not making deals. Okay, but I'll probably give it another shot either way. Irregardless, I'll probably watch it too, but you should still watch it. So Howard says, D, Jeff says, I would say The Legend of Hell House is far better than many on this list. That's a tough sell right there, Jeff, but there's probably some that it's better than. Yep.
That is a good movie though.
Yeah. Sean is warning us. We have 10 minutes left. I don't know that we're going to hold to that time, because we're not going to get through all these movies in 10 minutes, but we're going to try and chug along. So John, let's just go ahead and leave Audition as our second D.
Okay, there we go. All right, here is one that is going to be interesting. Zombie. Fulci's Zombie, the classic Zombie.
So I did go back and rewatch this, and I like it more now than I did before. I don't think it's a great zombie movie, and I will give you a couple reasons why. I do. It's funny because at one point during the movie, we get so off track and we're watching Jaws. We're not even watching a zombie movie anymore. We're watching a woman swimming around being chased by a shark. We go so off the rails, we're watching Jaws. So we start off in New York with this zombie. And come on, if you are worried about spoilers on the movie Zombie, I don't know what the fuck. Everybody should have seen this by now. But we start off in New York on a boat. It's an interesting premise. Everything that happens up until they land on the island, whatever island this is, down in the Caribbean somewhere, everything that happens before that, I love. The first 20 minutes of this movie, I loved. Then we land, and we have a non-Hispanic, well, maybe he is Hispanic, but non-Spanish speaking guy as a taxi cab driver who's going, "Senor, can you tip me some more?" Or whatever. He has the worst fake accent, because so many of the words that he says, he does not say. Go ahead, John.
It's an Italian movie. They don't shoot sound.
Oh, irregardless, movie I'm watching, this guy talking, whoever did the voice on this, the voiceover was not, he was supposed to be, he was purported to be a guy from this island who was speaking Spanish, because senor and the words he was saying, but then there was words that were not pronounced right, and he never once rolled an R. So whoever did the voice failed on this, and that bugged me. Go ahead. Okay. I hear you huffing.
I was gonna say, probably just got an Italian guy to do a Spanish accent. So that's
okay. But it was a problem for me. So then we get on this boat. I like the idea where we're going. We got to find what is causing this. Where did her dad go? So we got a team of a reporter, and we got a girl who wants to find her dad. I'm okay with this. We get out on a boat, and then we get sidetracked with Jaws. So we have like our little intermission where we're swimming around. And then it was kind of interesting that there was a zombie under the water, and she comes up with that. But they made more about the shark in that scene than they did the zombie. It was just like, oh, there was a guy down there. Okay, well, forget about him. Are you okay? Do you want to keep your boobs out, or should we cover them up?
You should think that's a brilliant scene.
I'm not complaining about it, but I just thought it was funny. I thought this scene didn't really add to the movie. It made it kind of neat that we had an underwater zombie. But the acting is subpar at points. Here's my biggest problem with this movie. These zombies are the slowest moving zombies in movie history. I don't even know if you could debate that because they just move so slow. Is that okay? Sure. At the very end of the movie, we hear them. Oh, let's listen to the radio. We need to get back to New York. Let's hear what's going on. We put on the radio. We hear a news story. Oh, there's zombies outside. They're everywhere. Oh, they're at the door. Oh, they're inside the studio. Ah! Zombies don't move that fast in this movie. They don't move that fast. So why we've broken our rule on the radio with how fast the zombies were moving?
It's a horde.
Listen to, but they don't move that. You've seen there was a horde on the island. They don't move that fast. These people just run away from them. I'm just not a big fan of that. Okay, this movie is 40 whatever years old, so I get it. Things aren't made now the way they were. There's a lot about this movie that I can enjoy. Like I said, I liked it better this time around, and that's why I did. Some of these movies on this list, I rewatched them just to see if my opinion would change, and it did. But I do believe that I know where John is going to want to score this, and I don't think it's an S. I don't think he's going to argue for an S. Maybe, hopefully not. But to me, this movie, as much as people love it, I don't think this is an S. I don't even think it's an A. So there's that. John, your thoughts on Zombie?
Jeff and I agree 100%. I do think this film is an S, but I will go down to an A, especially for when it was made. You could look at this as a prequel to Dawn of the Dead. It's just they're using voodoo. So you could watch Zombie and then go into, because they're walking on the bridge at the end, you could then go into Dawn of the Dead. And it's the effects are awesome. The music is awesome. The photography is awesome. It's got Mia Farrow's sister in it. It's got some great, like American actors that would play in Italian horror movies. This film was huge. I would say that it's just as big of an influence as Dawn of the Dead was. I think it's great. I've seen the film probably like 5 times. I didn't have to rewatch it. And I always listen to the soundtrack. If I'm kind of doing a collection, I always put the zombie theme. Yeah, I think it's an S, but I'll go for an A, but I can't go below her.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's got a great poster with the great tagline, "We will eat you."
Okay, then let me see, because I only know one poster, and it's like the zombie face with like the worms coming out of it, right?
Yeah, just the head. It just says "Zombie, we will eat you."
Okay. That doesn't do much for me, but okay. Elika says C. Jeff says Zombie is an S. Don't make me get my pimp hat out. What's in your head? I don't know where you're going with that, Sean. Sorry, I never saw Zombie. House of G Fam says A. I saw Zombie when released at the drive-in. It was magnificent. I added a K in there. The feeling of dread was tangible in this movie, plus that great soundtrack. So I did, and that's, I mean, with most Italian horrors, you get that kind of goofy, funky disco kind of music in the background, and it's fun. I always kind of, to me, it feels the music is out of place, because like a horror movie, disco doesn't scream ominous to me, but that's Italian, and that's the way they do things, and I enjoy it. I think it's funny. Metal Greg says A, and Zombie cemented my love of horror. Interesting. See, and that's what I know. A lot of people love this movie way more than I do, and that's where I tried to give it a second watch. I tried to like it more, but I just don't know. It's cheesy. How the fuck did they get past? And this is part of the movie that I actually really liked at the beginning. How does, her and the reporter guy, how do they both get on the boat past the police? You know, I mean, it's kind of like far-fetched, right? We had a crime scene here, and they're just able to just kind of
They snuck
circumvent the
on.
cops.
It's got that great beginning with the scientist, and he shoots the guy in the head, and he's like, "Tell them the boat can leave now," and it just goes zombie. I mean, it's such a great beginning, and
Yeah.
just that ending of them, which was probably done without permits, just all the zombies walking on the.
Oh yeah,
top
no,
of the
because you
bridge.
see the cars on the bridge going both ways, just back and forth. Like you see the traffic going normal, and I do feel like they probably did get some type of permit to shoot on the Brooklyn Bridge there. I've walked across. It's a long walk, but they were obviously on the Brooklyn side, walking across, you know, over toward Manhattan, and that was a great shot. But I just it bugged me the way the you know, the news anchors were like, oh, they're at the door, they're in. It was like, it was too fast. As fast as these zombies move, they're so fucking slow, you could just outrun them. So they're not, you know, in there, we know there's a lot of different types of zombies out there in different movies and films and stuff, but these zombies were like Walking Dead zombies, where they became
Well,
you just
they're
had.
Romero zombies.
Romero zombies moved a lot quicker than these ones did.
They even mentioned in the remake of Night of the Living Dead, the girl goes out and goes, "They move so slow, we could just walk right past them."
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That's why they got to be
but
in a horde. That's the same thing
yeah,
with Walking Dead. You know, you could get by them, but if they're in a horde, that's the problem.
Jeff says, okay, you're too analytical. So, and here's one thing. So, and as it's funny, as I talking about being analytical, when I sit and watch movies with Fluffy Gamer, Fluffy always says, he goes, you watch these movies and you analyze them. He goes, you look at I will look at everything I look at, like from a filmmaking perspective. I analyze everything. I want the details. I want everything to make sense. I want everything to be done as best as possible. And look, I get it. When this movie was made, what people wanted back then, you got a lot of it. I mean, okay, I got a fucking shark going after a girl. I got an underwater zombie. That stuff's cool, but I don't feel like it added to the fucking story at all. Now, all this, and as much as I seem like I'm trashing this movie, and I really believe, in my opinion, if I was doing my own list, it would be a B. But if you're willing to go down to an A, I think, and based on some of the other, Jeff and you are the only two that say S. Other than that, we have House of GFam says A, Elika says C, Sean says, oh, I don't know if that was for this one or not, but we do have some lower scores, but if you're willing to go A, I'm willing to go A. I have a hard time putting this up there with the best of the best.
It's fine. I can go A.
Okay.
A this. Okay. All right.
Predator says, sorry, really quickly here. Hey, OGP and John, did you guys hear the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is coming back to theaters for one night, August 18th, in 4K remaster? You guys going? I definitely plan on it. That might be fun. That might be fun. Speaking of Texas Chainsaw, don't we? I think we talk about part 2 tonight, or was that last week? No, that might have been last week. Huh? I don't know though.
Oh, 2 was last week.
Oh, was it last week? Okay. Scareticulous. Hello, Scareticulous, watching over there on John's channel.
Oh, hey, thank you. Yay.
Sharks in Space. It's never going to get an S from us, Sean. I and my son, John, are of superior intellect.
I would agree.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shall we move on?
Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
A lot of people say that this is the best one in the franchise, right?
They do, but I disagree with that.
You like 2 the best, right?
No, I like 4. 4, I think, is the best.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, and what was it? Maybe about a year ago or so, maybe a little less than a year. I watched, I think, like the first 6 Nightmare movies. And I'm not the biggest Freddy fan. I understand the fandom, just like I understand the fandom for Chucky. even though they're not high on my fandom list. But I don't think 3 was a bad movie. And if you love Freddy Krueger, I would understand a good solid A argument. Is this the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie we've had in here? Or do we have I think we had part 1 on here already, right?
The first one, yeah.
Okay. But I can't.
I think we
gave it an A.
Yeah, it's right there. A.
Okay. I don't think we can rate this one higher than the first. I would say A or B for me on this one. Your thoughts?
I mean, I would say A for this one. It's good. The only thing that I get annoyed at is when they skip movies. So, they say that part 2 never happened. So that kind of annoys me. But otherwise, it's a very well-made movie. I tend to like part 4 better. I like New Nightmare better. But it's a good nightmare. It's definitely on like, I think, the top 5.
Show you something. I've always said I'm not the biggest Nightmare on Elm Street fan. I'm not the biggest Nightmare on Elm Street 3 fan, but here's my Nightmare on Elm Street 3 autograph. Hanging on the wall right here. So that's how much of an addict I am. And I think I got this from Wet Movie 1.
Who signed
in
it?
A trade. What's the guy in the bed?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know his name either. Okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
Sweet.
So then let's see. Antona says B. Jeff says B. Elika says B. Sean says Dawkin. Dawkin as a band is more like a C- or like a D. Was never a big Dawkin fan.
But they had that great song, Dream Warriors, in it, though. That was like,
are they the one that did Dream Warriors?
Dream Warrior.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like their only claim to fame. My older brother was a Dawkin fan. I remember him having Dawkin albums.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. Yeah, I would not have even known that. I was like, I didn't get the reference from Sean. I think Elm Street 3 is an S personally. Interesting, Greg. But I could accept it as an A or B. Okay. And that's where there's times like with Chucky or with Freddy, I understand people's love for them, even though I'm not a big fan of them. Doesn't mean that it's a bad movie. It's just not in my wheelhouse. How's you, Sam? Freddy 3 is an A. 3 and 4 are so fun. Dream Warriors, Nightmare on Elm Street, give A. Nightmare on Elm Street 4 suck at Mario. I think you're saying 4 sucks ass. Interesting. You and John are not on the same team anymore.
And Mario should be banned for that.
Metal Greg says, OGP, I'm the same after going to sound recording and music business school. I still have a hard time watching films for fun and breaking it down analytically. Yeah, I mean, I love a good movie, but that's where like sometimes it's nice to watch it a second time to kind of unwind from it and go like, I'm just going to watch this for the story. I'm not going to worry about anything else. But it's hard sometimes, I think. And I know, John's done film school and stuff, and I don't know where you are with that. When you watch a movie, can you just watch it for the story, or are you breaking movies down in your head as you're watching them, John?
Both.
Okay.
It matters. Doing stuff like this, or when I'm recording with Jonathan, like we'll be talking about tomorrow night, Mission Impossible Road, Mission Impossible 4. For those, I will really look at it. I'll look at editing and sound and acting and all of that. But so for if I went back and rewatched Nightmare 3, I would be looking at it more with a critical eye instead of just something that's enjoyment. Like I have to tell you, I watched Ready or Not 1 and 2. I did not like 2, and a lot of it has to do with the story and stuff. But so I was really kind of looking at that in terms of the first one, because I'd watched them back to back. So it kind of depends. But yeah, I mean, I look at stuff because of going to film school, and I especially look at editing because I wanted to edit to begin with. But yeah, it
Okay.
depends. But I think if you look at Nightmare on Elm Street as a whole, part 3 is by far in the top 5.
Okay. Yeah, and so for me, yeah, I don't have the ability to just watch a movie and not pay attention to things. You and I, because you remember, I used to, as I would watch a movie, if John and I were like, oh, we're going to watch the same movie, I would message John little comments on the movie as I'm going through it. And John would be like, just don't fucking watch it then. And I'm like, no, I'm analyzing as I go through. That's just how I watch movies. I cannot just ignore flaws. They bug me. And that maybe it's a bit of OCD in me or something. I'm not sure.
Well, I think it's when you do that, it's normally with a movie I like. So it's just like,
oh,
well, then don't watch it. I like it. Don't watch it. And I don't need, because you commenting on things you don't like, I could then say why I think that's incorrect.
Sure.
If I like the movie.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and because of that, I don't message you anymore about the movies. I message other people, bitch about things. And it's irregardless of whether it's something you like or not. It's just if I watch a movie, and that's why, and I really should. I just need to get off my lazy ass and start another series that I've been talking about doing for a while, called "Why This Movie Sucks," and every movie out there, you could nitpick something about it that is a problem. And so I don't want to get too far off tangent. But as far as Ready or Not, 1 is by far superior to part 2. But I enjoyed it too. But I forgot to talk about that tonight. I wanted to, but you and I, maybe I can rewatch both of those, and we can do a video for your channel or something.
Well, I'm going to be doing a what did I watch for July, for like my vacation for the 4 days.
Okay.
So I'm already collecting posters, and that's I enjoyed Ready or Not 2. It falls into the nobody 2 category. Too comic-y, too comic book. We'll just remake the same movie again, just a different look. It's to me, they're the same thing.
Sure. Mr. Bones, Snoochie Boochies, what's up, Mr. Bones? OGP, you got to be able to turn that analytical part off. Just have fun. I know. I wish I could. I wish I fucking.
Well, he's anal, and that's a polite word for what he is.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So we need to put this. I'm saying A or B based on everybody else up there. We're kind of at A or B. I will let you make the final call on it.
I think it's an A because it's one of the best ones in the series.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Next one is Barbarian.
I fucking love this movie, and I'm so glad that it's finally getting a physical release. It's like a 2-part movie, it really changes tones completely halfway through. It's a bit long, but I still think it's very, very good. I don't know that I would go to an S though, but I do believe this is a solid A, and I very much cannot wait for it to get a physical release. John?
I think Weapons is better. I do love that it's 2 parts. I think the perfect example of a 2-part movie is From Dusk Till Dawn. I really do. Yeah. I use that as my example all the time. You started out with the kidnappers in the RV, and part 2 of the movie is they're at a bar with vampires. I absolutely love that type of storytelling. I'm in agreement with you. I would like to say that this is an S. I do think Weapons is an S. Barbarian, I think, is probably like an A plus. I don't think it's an S, but it is a damn good movie.
Yeah. Another, I didn't want to cut you off there, but another like 2-parter is like Full Metal Jacket. That's like boot camp, and then you have in the war.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's see what everybody else says, but I do think we can slap this up in the A's. Mr. Bone says for Dream Warriors, A or S. Okay. Let's see here. Sean says S. I think we're starting this one. So Mario says B. Elika has not seen it yet. Elika, I totally recommend you checking it out. I think It's on Netflix, right? Is that where it's at? And that's why it didn't get
Yeah.
the physical right away. Yeah. Definitely recommend checking out. Strong B for Jeff on Barbarian.
B for Barbarian.
But John, I think we can comfortably throw this. No arguments on an A for Barbarian from Mr. Bones. Like FMJ, Full Metal Jacket. This movie is to Bulu. To Buku. I think he was going for Buku. To Buku. Yeah, I think it's what he was going for.
We need to check spelling on these things.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's hard, especially on your phone, and he's probably driving. So let's slap that.
Milk duds.
And he's quit the milk duds. There's no sugar in his diet. Yeah. So good. Slap it up there in the A's.
Okay.
And, it's going to be, when we put these in order, that's going to be a high A for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Next we have Child's Play, the original Child's Play.
Yeah. The first Chucky movie. I'm curious. Do you consider this the best Child's Play movie?
No, not by far.
Okay. Interesting.
I would give it an A. I'll tell you right now. I would give it an A, but I don't think it's the best one. No.
Okay. And as I've said, I'm not the biggest Chucky fan. And just quickly, my reasoning for this is I'm not the biggest monster movie fan. I'm not the biggest, puppet or whatever movie fan. I like movies that dive into the human mind and how fucked up humans can be toward each other is my favorite. And so, like something like Barbarian fits that perfectly. Child's Play with the doll, I have issues, but this is part of my problem. Where Child's Play, you're just supposed to have fun with this, and you're supposed to laugh at this little doll fucking these people up. And that's where the analytical side of me has like a bit of an issue with it, because I'm like, there's no physical way Chucky could do that or whatever. But all that aside, the first Child's Play is not a bad movie. And if it was, some other character, take out Chucky and put in some other monster or whatever, it'd be phenomenal. So I get the love for it, and I don't hate it. It's just not, if I was going to, if you put up 10 different movies and Chucky was one of them, it's not going to be in the first couple that I'm probably going to watch, but I don't hate it. And I honestly am okay with this being an A, as you have said. And I don't know where the comments for Chucky started, but so I'm going to go backwards here. How's GFam says Child's Play A, when he's all charred up at the end, it scared the shit out of me as a kid.
That's the best stuff.
B for Chucky, says Jeff. He's your friend to the end, OGB. I know, Mr. Bones. And here's the thing, even though I'm not the biggest fan, in like Curse of La Llorona, I fucking hate it, but that Curse of La Llorona Funko Pop is badass. I want one of those. And I do have a Chucky Funko autographed up there. And it would be kind of cool to have a Chucky like life-size doll. Kind of like I want the Annabelle life size. And not the Raggedy Ann and Andy one, but the one from the movie. So if Hellraiser a B, so is Chucky.
No.
Interesting argument there. But I agree with John on that. I don't think that they correlate.
Because Hellraiser is just kind of boring. Hellraiser's good, but it's boring.
It's a slow burn. That first one, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mario says C. Fluffy says a stupid autocorrect. Buku. Yeah. And then I think Sean maybe was a B. Okay. And so I think that's where we started. Or maybe Mr. Bones says A. Oh, and Antona says S. This is definitely where we started, because I know Chucky is Antona's favorite franchise. So I am good putting this as an A. It is an entertaining movie. It kept me entertaining. The pace, it kept me entertained. The pace was good all the way through. I like that we really gave us a story of how the bad guy got into Chucky with the blood and all that stuff. It wasn't just like, poof, this doll is magically alive. So I like how we established the MO for Chucky there in that first movie. So I'm cool with an A on it.
Okay. A. All right. Next one would be The Devil's Rejects.
Oh, interesting. So, a lot of people say this is Rob Zombie's best movie.
I would agree.
And I prefer House of a Thousand Corpses. Devil's Rejects is a phenomenal movie. This is, if it wasn't for Devil's Rejects, I don't think Rob Zombie's getting. I don't think he's continuing to make movies, because Halloween, take it or leave it. Halloween 2, most people hated it. A different opinion after watching it a second time, but a lot of his movies, you would kind of go like, why am I going to give this guy money to make another one? Even though a lot of them have a soft spot in my heart. Like, oh, fuck me. This is not speaking badly about Rob Zombie movies. This is a knock on my memory. And that's the Salem, Lords of Salem.
Oh, Lords of Salem. Yeah.
So I love that movie. Perfect? No. At 31, it's enjoyable. Is it great? No, but I enjoy it. So Devil's Rejects is like, it's like a heavy metal band going mainstream. It's when you make the movie, you make House of a Thousand Corpses. Not going to be for everybody. It's Metallica's Kill 'Em All. It's Metallica's Ride the Lightning. And then you make Devil's Rejects, which is the Black Album. That's where you've gone mainstream. You've captivated that audience. And it's more clean cut, put together a little bit better. It's a great movie. I love it. As much as I love it, I would never argue an A. Oh, I'm sorry, I would never argue an S for any Rob Zombie movie. Even though I believe, and I would like House of a Thousand Corpses to be an A, I have agreed to move it down to a B because I understand. But I do feel like Devil's Rejects is a solid A. John?
In the world of Rob Zombie, I think it is an S. Compared to other movies, it is an A.
Sure.
So
okay.
it is. I think that it is, since you were comparing it to something else, I would say it is Rob Zombie's Sgt. Pepper. It's. I don't think he will ever do a movie better than this. And I think everything he did before it led up to it. So without the music videos, without House of Thousand Corpses, without all that, we wouldn't have this. And I don't think that he will ever make a film that is as good as this. I think the sequel to this shows that. So I think it is a solid A in the world of everything else.
Sure. Okay. Let's see. Sean says Dr. Satan. Yes, love Dr. Satan as a character. Mr. Bones says A. House of Thousand Corpses is best. I agree with you, Sean. Most people don't. I am the devil and I am here to do the devil's work. Yeah. A for Rejects, says Jeff. A from House of G Fam. F, Devil's Rejects is just boring to Antonis. Interesting. I know. Blasphemy. Mario says A. Elika says S. And Sean. And so I think Elika is probably on the same page as you there, John. Or maybe she just thinks it's an S in general, entitled to our opinions. And I do love it. I do love it. And this is where, as far as if I was going to grade movies based on my watchability or what I would watch, Devil's Rejects and House of Thousand Corpses would be in my S category, because they're movies that I could just watch all the time over and over. But I think when you look at like acting and production value and that stuff, I don't think it's quite there with some of the other S's. So, John, I think let's slap it up there with the A's. And
I do prefer grounded. I like movies that are a little bit more real, which is why he decided to cut Dr. Satan out of the movie. The footage was shot. It's actually deleted footage. You could see it on the disc, I believe. But he decided to cut it out because he wanted it to be more realistic, more grounded. And I prefer that. Just like superhero movies. I like, let's say, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. I like that the Green Goblin is a costume. I like that in Spider-Man 2, Doc Ock is a suit. You get into Spider-Man 3 and you got this, Sandman, and he's made out of sand. And I don't prefer that. I like things to be more grounded. And so that's why I think this is his best film. And he probably will not do another one as good as this.
So here's a question for you, John. What is your favorite ice cream?
Who asked that?
Nobody. I'm asking.
It's none of your business, douche.
Okay.
No, my favorite ice cream would be Rocky Road.
Okay. So I was just kind of seeing how well you remember The Devil's Rejects, because it should be tutti fucking fruity, tutti fucking fruity, tutti fucking fruity, tutti fucking fruity, tutti fucking fruity.
I've not seen the movie.
The scene in the van,
very long time,
where Bill Moseley's like, "We're not stopping for ice cream," and Captain Spaulding and Baby are like, "Tutti fucking fruity, tutti fucking fruity." And he's like, "We are not stopping." Then they cut to the next shot, and they're sitting there licking their ice cream cones.
See, that's a good edit.
It's a great scene. It is a great scene.
Yeah, that's funny. I haven't seen it I'll have to rewatch it at some point. Maybe do like a marathon. Okay, moving on.
All right, moving on.
All right, next is Todd Browning's Freaks, One of Us. One of Us.
So
I had
never seen that until my daughter got me this poster, and I was like, okay, now I have to watch that. So, and I believe I had to maybe pay for a subscription to watch it or something, or I had to do a trial or something, because it just wasn't readily available. But I did watch it, and I enjoyed it. I don't know. I mean, it's a classic. What is this? 1940s?
Yeah, it
something
is
like that.
early.
It's way the fuck back there. Yeah. And for all that, considering when it came out, it's pretty fucking well put together, and a little kind of risque in the sense of, like people cheating on, or, the relationships that were going on there, with the sexual innuendos and stuff. It's a pretty fucking entertaining movie, and it's not too long too. It's like movies made back then. They weren't 6 hours long. It's a very good movie. And I think because of when it was made, I'm okay with giving this an A. If this was made later on and it was this production value or whatever, I'd have a harder time pushing it up there. But I feel like it's a pretty good A. I could go B. I really have a problem pushing it to S. But go ahead. Let's start this heated debate.
Oh, no. I say it's an A. I think it's a really good film. It's beautifully shot. It's from the guy who did Dracula. They used real disabled people in it. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, Freaks is such a. You would never get a movie called Freaks today with those type of characters in it, unless it was all special effects or something. And it's one of Todd Browning's best films. It's really good. I just don't think it's one of the best horror movies ever made. I think I would probably rather watch Dracula over the two. So, but it's very good. So I would say it's a high A.
Okay. Jeff says S. Antonis says S. I don't know that we have any other scores here. Now I want to watch Rejects for the 49th time or 40th time. 49 works too. Yeah. I don't know that I've seen it 40, but I've seen it quite a few. So, let's just slap that one up there with the A's then.
All right. Friday the 13th, part 6. Jason Lives.
So I just rewatched this 2 days ago, and I do love this movie. And I should have queued up my picture of that I took with Tom McLaughlin when I met him, but I don't. So I have failed. But this is a great fucking movie. It's not my favorite in the franchise. And the more I rewatch these, the more I'm kind of like, I always say the first one is my favorite, but the first one is my favorite because it establishes what's going on. But Jason is fucking fun. And this movie, you get kills all the way fucking through. For example, what did I just watch the other day where everything was all at the end? I wonder if it's something we're going to get to. There was another movie I watched, which was a good movie, but all the kills happened at the end. It was all at the end. There's kills all the way through this fucking movie right off the bat. And the first car that I ever owned was a 1977 Camaro. What is she driving this movie? A 1977 orange Camaro. Mine was gray. I had a friend who had a 77 orange Camaro, but mine was gray. And I love this fucking soundtrack. The music in this movie is great. And I love how we see Jason acquire a machete. It doesn't just magically have one, rips a guy's arm off and gets the machete. I do wish that some of the deleted scenes were left in to make it a little more violent. It's like 6.5 minutes of deleted scenes that you can watch on there. But I very much enjoyed this movie. I think more than I ever have watching it. And so I do feel that this is an A. It's an easy A for me. John?
Oh, it's an A. The humor is hit just right. It's the first time you can actually hear Jason's footsteps, which is great. You can hear the leaves and all that stuff breaking. If you watch it and if you know the scenes, there are two actors that played Jason. The first guy was fired because when dailies were shown, the producers are like, this guy is not threatening. His shoulders were like this. So they fired him and got a guy whose shoulders are like that. Uh-oh. Where's he going? Does he have to poop? Did he run because he has to poop? I think he has to poop. He's not wearing his diaper. He's pooping. He might be pooping in his pants. I don't know.
Sorry, I apologize. When you started talking about the different actors, it totally reminded me that I have an autographed Funko of this one. And now I'm curious because I'm not aware of what you're talking about. But here is my Jason Voorhees autograph from CJ Graham. And it says part 6, 18 kills.
There you go.
CJ Graham wasn't the one that was fired, was he?
No, he's the main guy. He's the guy that they brought in. And I'm in a movie with CJ Graham. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Has Tom brought CJ Graham back for anything else?
I think he's been in a couple things.
Okay. Hopefully
at least,
he's in Shadow Valley.
It might be because he said he wants to bring back a lot of the regulars. So,
it would be
but yeah, no,
awesome.
you could, if you rewatch the movie at any point, just watch Jason walking around and you could tell the guy's shoulders are more like this.
Oh, okay.
Like they go down, and CJ Graham's are like this because but I love the film. I love the humor in it. Of course, Alice Cooper, doing the song. And then when I saw Alice Cooper live, he did play the song. Nice. He's back. It's the kids are funny in it. The everything in this is perfect. It's just it's one of the best ones. It's definitely in my top 5.
I would agree. And I forgot to mention something else that I absolutely love about this is that part 1 and part 2 were filmed in like Jersey, New York, out there. This one, and then and then part 3 and 4, and I believe 5, because 5 definitely has a California feel to it, but they were filmed in California. This one is filmed in Georgia, which looks so much more like Camp Blood. It looks like the original lake, so much more, and that makes a large difference to me because when I watch part 3, I'm like, this is not fucking Camp Blood at all. This is not what that camp looked like. And you could tell that like the lake is like small. It's like a pond. It doesn't even look like a big old lake. So yeah, I love that aspect of it too. So I'm glad we're both in agreement on an A on it. Let's see here. B for Jason says Jeff. Interesting. Mr. Bone says 6 is cool. The only one that actually has kids at the camp. I know, and it is interesting because he comes in and like has an opportunity to kill kids, but then he's distracted. Or well, he just leaves at one time, but then another time he's like distracted. But that is an interesting element to have actual little kids instead of like teenagers. Friday 13th part 6 is an A from Metal Greg. Okay. 4 and 6 are my favorite Fridays, and 4 and 6, those are 2 fucking good ones.
Yeah, those are, yeah.
I think 4 and 6 would be, if I had to pick my favorite 3, I think it would be 1, 4, and 6, like probably in that order. And then after that is going to be 7 for me. But you could go back and watch. John and I have done the Friday 13th video on Friday 13th before, I think, where we ranked them all.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
The funny thing with 6 also is John Travolta's brother is in it.
Oh, really?
And he's the guy that's in the RV who goes, you know what you're doing?
Oh, is that John Travolta's? Yeah.
So, but he lives in Vegas, and I was commenting on something. It was probably about Friday the 13th. He got weird with me. Like he was like making some weird comments, and it was just like, oh, cool. This guy for the movie is, chatting with me. It's like, dude, you're kind of weird. I'll just
does he, is his last name Travolta, or do they have like a different dad or something?
I think it might be, or it's like his cousin
or Travolta maybe state.
Oh, nephew. Okay, it says nephew.
Okay.
That would make sense more age-wise.
Age-wise, yeah. Well, but I mean, this was what, 88 or something like that, and
it's pretty early.
Yeah, technically, yeah, it's a little bit.
Yeah,
but that's one of the scenes that should have been longer, and in the deleted scenes, it is more graphic. Like the knife goes in his head, and Jason like fucks with him a little more. So part of that scene is trimmed down to make it not as violent. So it's like TV or theater worthy or whatever. So fuck you, motion picture rating association people that make movies get trimmed down.
That's right.
But okay, so a solid A there. Okay.
Talk about communist. Fuck them.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, here is one. I cannot believe this is on the list. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so I used to hate this movie, and it's funny because Lady Fatblood would give me so much shit when I bought the 4K version. She's like, "Why are you buying a movie you don't like?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm getting the whole Halloween collection. I have them all on 4K, the nice Scream Factory set." And she's like, "I don't get you're buying a movie you don't like." Well, I've rewatched it several times actually since then, and it's grown on me. My hate for it was that it didn't have Michael Myers. If this wasn't called Halloween, we would look at it, a lot of us, very differently. It is a very interesting movie. There are production issues with it, but I really actually very much like it. I don't hate it. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm not willing to say if this is a top 100 horror movie or not yet, because I want us to get them all in line 1 through 100, what's up here, and then when we start adding, we'll add and say we add like a new number 37, and it pushes everything else down. Eventually movies are going to get pushed out of the top 100. Maybe this will be one of them, I don't know. But it's a good movie. It's a very good movie, and I think I am not going to argue for an S, but I think a lot of people may. I would actually be okay giving this a B, or I'd be okay giving it an A. That's where I'm at. John?
I really like it. And just like many people my age who saw it in the theater, we hated it because it didn't have Michael in it. And then
Yeah.
we understood why it was made is that Halloween 1 and 2 ended. It just ended. And they were going to do a yearly anthology series where it would be Halloween 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it would be a different horror movie every year. And because Halloween 3 bombed, that was thrown out. So knowing of what they were going to be doing makes me like it a little bit more. I do really enjoy 3. I think it's a good movie. I just don't think it's one of the best. I could give it a low A or a high B. I'm fine with that. It's got a great soundtrack, and I can watch the film anytime. If somebody said, "Oh, do you want to watch Halloween 3?" I'd be like, "Sure, why not?" I do also like that it's shot in Northern California. And it's just an interesting film. There are some stupid stuff, like when Tom Atkins is tied to the chair and he takes his hand with the mask and goes like that, and it lands right on the camera, is pretty stupid. But and then of course, the chick ending up being a robot at the end. She doesn't say anything for the last 10 minutes of the movie, so it's like, oh, she's a robot. But I love that Nick Castle is in this film, as one of like the security guys. So it's got some great, Tom Atkins, of course, is always great, but it's and I love movies like this where just the people are just horrors, basically. You got the nurse who hooks up with him on like the first day that they're there, and then of course he's in the bad relationship with his wife, and just nails her. So stuff like that is funny.
It is so funny how, like, what type of deal did Tom Atkins strike with John Carpenter where he's like, any movie that I'm in that's related to you, I'm getting laid no matter what. Immediately goes in and just bones Jamie. So
he just picks her up on the side of the road, cut to 10 minutes later. So
I don't know that I could just watch this anytime. I don't think I'm on that part. But it is sad that the factory was torn down. I do think Sean, the Horrors Hallowed Grounds, Sean Clark went there. I think he went maybe because he knew it was going to get torn down and went there. But that factory was torn down, and I don't know if the motel is still there or not. Some of the stuff, and it was filmed throughout California, but there's like the very beginning where like the freeway overpass and stuff is up by like Newhall, Valencia area, I think. And then, the factory and stuff is like Central Coast, California. So it's filmed all over the place, but it is a very good movie. And, I still think I would like it more if it wasn't part of the Halloween franchise, or like you said, if Halloween wasn't like a Michael Myers franchise. But irregardless of all that, I do still think I can go A or B on it. So let's see. You say A, or you could swallow a B.
Like a low A, a high B, sure.
Okay. So let's see here. I don't know. Okay. How Weird says Season of the Witch is an A. Mr. Bones says A. H3 is an S or an A. Mario says C. One of the best endings.
Does have a good ending.
The only problem is that it was a bit predictable. Like John said, we knew you knew she was going to be a robot for like.
Well, and that ending, which is great, which is Invasion of the Body Snatchers, because that's in the original film. Yeah. That's he's yelling right into the camera. They're coming. They're coming. Is he calls one station? One, how do you know the number to that station? He calls one station, and a few of the channels turn off, and then it's just like, well. You called one station. That's it. The rest of the country or world is still going to see this. One station doesn't turn other stations off. I get what they're doing, but it doesn't make sense for that.
Yeah. So that was one of those flaws where you just kind of have to ignore it and go with, but what they should have done with the film is go, okay, we're going to have this only broadcast locally. So he calls that network and gets it off. Or they should have left the ending open. They should have done something with the end where after you find out she is, like a robot, like show a clip of chaos in like a different city on the other side of the country where it showed that they actually saw the commercial.
Yeah, because you got to think of also, East Coast time, Central time, Pacific time. It's like it's
that
so
shit already aired 3 hours ago.
Yeah, so it's a great ending that I love, but it doesn't make any sense.
True. So Elika says B, and Jeff says B, and House of GFM says A. Sean says A. It's a fun movie. It's a great Halloween movie. Carpenter didn't want to do Myers every film, then people got on his nuts. Yeah. I was pissed when I saw it in the theater because no Michael Myers, right? Yeah. They should have had the factory in one of the newer Halloween movies. They had the masks. That would have been interesting. It would have been interesting to do something more with that. This is this is Halloween is Nightmare Before Christmas, but yeah, Halloween. Yeah, I can't get the song. I can't think of the song right now. I keep going to Nightmare. Stop it. What? Oh, great movie. Okay. A or a B. We have mixed votes. A few B's, few A's.
I say B, but then when we're redoing it, who knows? It could go to an A. I would rather bring it up than take it down later.
Yeah, you know what? Because of the fact we have Howling at a B, and we have It at a B, and we have Howling in It. Yeah, but yeah, throw it at a B for now. Let's throw it at a B for now.
Okay. All right. Next we have, what is this? Nightbreed. Clive Barker's Nightbreed.
I don't know how everybody's going to feel about my thoughts on this, but I fucking hate this movie, and I even own it. But I put it in to rewatch it, and I just had to take it out after like less than 10 minutes. I was like, I fucking hate this movie. I'm not going to be able to give this a fair score. I don't like the cheesy mask like effects. These so fucking cheesy in this. I'm not going to give it a good grade. I would rather wait and see. I don't even understand why this is on this poster. This is one for me that at absolute best, I would give a C. Yeah, I fucking hate the cheesy monster stuff. So, John?
I think it's better directed than Hellraiser. I am pretty much in agreement with you. There is a director's cut, which Scream Factory released, but I have not seen it, so I can only go off of the theatrical, which is confusing. I just don't. Yeah, my big thing I think off of this was the soundtrack. So, but I could go like a C with this. Okay. Maybe if I saw the director's cut and it made more sense, I could go higher. But yeah, I think only a C would be my thing. It's not a great movie. Well, and I see Dr. Decker. That reminds me. David Cronenberg being the killer in this is great. So that brings it up for me a little bit, just like Cronenberg was the dad in Ready or Not 2 that died. I love seeing Cronenberg act in movies, kind of like Werner Herzog. But to me, that elevated it was him. So, but it would have to be just with Cronenberg, like a B minus to a high C, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would still say C.
Sean says, I get lost in the cemetery. Elika says, Night is a C. Sean says, okay, give it a C. Nightbreed to me is either A or B, says Metal Greg. Jeff says C at best. How Weird says Dr. Decker is legendary. The score is great. The movie is a B. I remember renting it at Blockbuster. Yeah, I never saw it until a couple of years ago when I bought it. And I fucking hate it. Antonis says C. Let's put this one at a C. I just looking at some of the other stuff that's in B. Maybe it would be the bottom of a B. But for me, I fucking hate it. I really hate it. So,
okay. All right. So next would be Nope.
Ooh, interesting. So,
Nope.
Gail has mailed me Get Out.
He's trolling you.
And Us. And so the other day I was like, well, fuck, I don't own Nope, but now I own Get Out and I own Us. So I watched Nope. Out of the 3 movies that this what's his name has done, this is my favorite. I think this one is the best. I like the uniqueness that it's not a flying saucer. I like that I didn't feel like there was some type of underlying agenda where I felt in the other movies. Not quite as much. Get Out mostly, but Us was better than I thought. But Nope, the trailer looked great. I was all fucking excited for it after the trailer. But then I heard bad things about it right away, and I was like, fuck. I liked the whole like little cowboy thing. Like with the little theme park. The idea that he brings an audience to the theme park to see the alien, and then they all fucking get eaten. That was very funny. My biggest problem with this movie is that it was so fucking long. You could easily trim it down a half hour. 2 hours and 9 minutes or whatever it was. It's so long. The idea that the cloud just didn't move. There was some unique things in this. I thought it was a very well thought out story. And I loved how the TMZ guy shows up on his motorcycle, and then once the motorcycle shuts off, it stops and he goes flying. There was some fun stuff with this, and I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. And if this was like an hour and 30 to max an hour and 40-minute movie, I would say, oh, this is a fucking A all day. But I am very much okay giving this a B. John?
I've enjoyed all 3 of his movies. I think Us is the best. I love the parallel universe type of thing. I'm on the same level as you with this. I found it very interesting with that it's not just a UFO, that it is long. And I think this is the problem with I think this is more of a, okay, we're not going to count Us, but we will still count Get Out. So you can kind of do whatever movie you want to do. And so they just gave him the freedom to do whatever he wanted. I could say an A, but I would go a B. I may think this is the weakest out of them.
Okay.
Maybe for creativity, it would be a little higher, but yeah, I think I like Us better than this. I just like the idea of the underground of people and all of that just being all fucked up. Yeah, I could go a B on it. I think that'd be okay. So I could go A or B on it. So
okay. Let's see here. I think Mr. Bone says C. Decker's mask looks like the Collector's.
Oh yeah, from yeah, it's the
Nightbreed.
Yeah. I would say it looks more like the Strangers, but yeah, it's a yeah.
Let's see. Antona says Nope is the worst Jordan Peele movie in my opinion. Okay. Jeff hasn't seen it yet. You're okay, Jeff. You're okay. Elika says B. Mario says, "See, I was bored. I get the board. It was a UFO. Yeah, it was a UFO, but it was like not
It was
a ship. It was like
it was a creature.
yeah, which was interesting. But I like the idea that you just couldn't look at it, but it's hard. There's a fucking alien being flying around. How are you going to not look at it? So it was very interesting. But yeah, it was just way too fucking long. So yeah, I think, I mean, I could go A, but
I would still say B.
I think we should put it at a B. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where do we have his other movie? There's another one on. Is it Us? No, it's Get Out.
Get Out.
Where did we put Get Out? It's also a B. Okay, because this is better than Get Out, in my opinion. I know you may not agree, but I think it's better than Get Out. So, okay.
Yeah, I like him, but the problem is everybody thinks everybody is the new Rod Serling, and they did that with M. Night and all that stuff. And if they make their first film and it does big, and it's The Sixth Sense, or it could be Get Out, and then they have to live up to that, and they never do as well past that. But everybody's like, oh my god, the new Rod Serling, and well, now they have to host the new Twilight Zone show, which Peele did. And it's like, no, just stop. It's like, stop comparing people to Spielberg. Stop comparing people to the Beatles. Stop comparing people to Rod Serling, because they're never going to live up to it. And in that case, no, these don't live up to being somebody like Rod Serling. So
well, and that's where, and to your point, is the directors of Obsession and Backrooms. Good luck to those guys, because now they've set their bar pretty damn high. And we've seen Oz Perkins come and really make some great follow-ups, and maybe we have one kind of dud in there, but it wasn't terrible. But we'll see what those guys are going to have to come up with. And the one thing I do credit, what's this fucking guy's name again?
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele. His movies all have like the same color palette, the same feel. The colors pop at you. They have the same type of vibe. So I do like that. When you're watching it, it feels like a Jordan Peele movie. I kind of like that when filmmakers go from one to another where they're so fucking different. They can obviously be completely different stories and exist in different universes and everything. But I like to know a feel of a director when I go in. So I do credit Jordan Peele for that.
Yeah, it's nice if you didn't have credits and you put on the film that you could go, oh, that's a Jordan Peele movie. Like you would know if you put on a James Cameron movie, if you took his name off, you would know it's a James Cameron movie.
Yeah.
The lights,
fucking
the editing, the directing.
People.
Fucking yeah. See what he does next.
Yeah.
But we're not, thank God we're not getting any more of those.
It's just going to be a 3-hour movie of him constipated trying to take a dump on a bed
with brown people coming out of him.
Oh.
All right, we got next. Paranormal Activity, the first Paranormal Activity.
This is interesting, and I love this movie. It's funny.
Where did we put Blair Witch?
I don't remember if I'd seen it ever before, but in recent memory, when I watched it for the first time, I think about 2 years ago, I was sitting right over here in this room. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and I'm watching Paranormal Activity, and there literally was an earthquake. That earthquake fucked me up because they're laying in bed and that fucking house is shaking and all this stuff is going on. I'm sitting here watching a movie and my house starts literally shaking because there was an earthquake. This is a pretty intense movie. It was a unique movie at the time. It definitely not the first found footage movie, but early on in the found footage days, I really enjoy this movie, and I even really like the sequel and the third one. The fourth, I'm not the biggest fan, but they start to come back around later on. But this is a really good movie. I just wonder. I'm so conflicted as I've thought about this. Where do I go with this? To me, it's at least an A because of its uniqueness, its kind of pioneering style of filmmaking, and I just don't know. When I think about it, I go like, okay, why isn't this an S? And I can't give myself reasons, but I don't feel like it's an S. I feel like it's more like an A. So, and maybe that's just mentally comparing it to other movies is why I feel like it's an A. But I really like it, maybe more than I should. John?
I would say it's an A because of Blair Witch. If Blair Witch is an A, this is an A. Without Blair Witch, we would not have this. And speaking of Spielberg, without Spielberg's input on the end of the film, you wouldn't have had a franchise. Because the original ending, the boyfriend dies and Katie gets shot by the cops and they're dead. Yeah. So that would have ended it there. You know, they could probably just have the demon move to somebody else's house. But I think the kind of like Blair Witch, the merchandising, the advertising, is more interesting than the movies themselves. But I would, I think if Blair Witch is an A, then this is an A.
Okay. That is very fair. Sean says A. Elika has no desire. Elika, you ought to give it a shot someday. If you're sitting around and you got nothing to watch, you ought to give it a shot. I was against this franchise. And that's why it took me so long to really get into it. But it was kind of like Jaws, where I was just like, eh. And then when I watched and I was like, okay, I really like these now.
And then your favorite Jaws movie then became Jaws the Revenge because it's a Christmas movie.
Amen. Correct. Yeah. Antonis says B. Mario says B. Jeff says B. And Jeff also says Blair is dog feces. I don't know. The first one, I disagree with you there, Jeff. Mr. Bones, did you rate this one? So we have 3 B's up there for this, but you and I both kind of feel like A.
I think it's an A. It's not that long of a movie. It's pretty solid. The chick who plays Katie is friggin' hot. So even if you don't like the movie that much, then at least she's nice to look at for 90 minutes.
Yeah, you know? Paranormal. I got a poster with both their autographs on it right up here.
Oh, sweet.
What movie, Mr. Bones? Paranormal Activity. I didn't see if you rated it. I didn't see your comment there, sir. I say we slap it up there in the A's. I enjoyed 3. I haven't seen the other. Oh, okay, interesting. So yeah, I say slap it up there in the A's.
Yeah, guys, it's got to be an A. I'm sorry, because then we got to move other stuff. You know, you can't have something like Blair Witch, which was, you know, that the whole reason for this movie existing is this film. So,
well, and I personally think Paranormal is better than Strangers. I think it's better than I like it better than Freaks. I like it better than Blue Lagoon. Blue Lagoon, Black Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon.
So yeah, I do think it definitely. I like Paranormal better than what's the go up the one about the girls in the caves.
Oh, The Descent.
Yeah, I like Paranormal better than The Descent. So so I definitely think it belongs up there in the A's.
Yeah, I can definitely watch Paranormal Activity. I could actually really watch any of them. I mean, I even like kind of that spinoff where it was like the Mexican one of it, and I enjoyed that one. I like how the boyfriend in the first film keeps fucking with the ghost, you know, and then it's, you know, and of course it ends up killing him. It's just I think it's just a good start to a franchise, you know, and
my brother, who now lives in Texas, used to live a couple blocks away from that house.
Oh, sweet.
So Cinestalker, because it's in San Diego, it's in community of Rancho Penasquitas. I think even Adam LeWoo went there, but I know Cinestalker's been there. But yeah, next time you're down this way, if we're ever in San Diego, take you over and show you that house.
Yeah, that's the director's house. That's his, you know. And
not anymore. I think, you know, that.
Oh yeah, he probably has a mansion by now.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time, yeah, it was. And he was just a guy who made a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
All
Next
right.
one. Talk to Me, the one with the hand.
This wasn't absolutely terrible, but it didn't do much for me. It had potential, but it was too much like Gen Z kind of like entitled teenager people that I did not care for the cast, the characters, maybe not necessarily the cast members themselves, but the characters. I didn't identify. I wanted them all dead. I didn't identify. I didn't like the cast. I didn't like the people at all. It was an interesting idea. It was shot well, put together well, decent effects and stuff, but it just didn't do anything for me. I just didn't like the people. And so I don't know. For me, it's like a B.
I could probably say that too. I like the idea, and I like that the sister lets her brother do it, and he gets all like fucked up. There is one actress that I'm not a big fan of. She was also in that Marvel show Ironheart. I'm just not a fan of her really. But I could own this and put it on the shelf because it's YouTubers. Like, it's two YouTube guys who made it. So if I started to make like a YouTube section, I could buy it with no problem and put it in there. But I don't think it's something that, and I think I've seen it twice. It's another, God, what was the film that I watched like 3 times, if you remember, and I kept forgetting that I watched it. This is another
Ready
one.
or Not.
Yeah. Was it Ready or Not? Okay.
Yeah, which we just told you.
So this was another one where it's like, have I seen this? I think I've seen it. Have I seen it? And then I started watching it going, oh, I did see it. So it didn't last with me at all. So I could do.
It's kind of forgettable.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's okay, but I could see B.
Mr. Bones says B or C. Jeff says B. Mario says C. Sean says B.
I think
so. Let's slap it in the B's. Yeah. There you go.
B. Boom. That hand is reaching out for the horse there.
Yes.
All right. Oh, okay. Terrifier 2.
Okay. I understand. Just because we like a movie, just because we're fans of a movie, doesn't mean it's a great fucking movie. I understand people like it. I understand people are fans. Is it better than the first one? 100% Is it better than the third one? 100% But it's the Art the Clown is a great character, but the Damien Leone is a shit director, and it's not a great story. There's nothing really compelling about it. It's just a guy going around ripping people up. I'm just not a fan. I am just not a fan. I would objectively say it's a C, even though my feeling for I would say it's a fucking D compared to other stuff up there. Terrifier is not nearly as good as anything in that B category, in my opinion. But John's out of here. He's pissed. But I think John is probably going to get his Funko Pop that's autographed, but he's walking away like an old man. Now he's taking his sweet time. Johnny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you went to get that one, not the autographed one. Yeah.
I figured since you went to go get yours, then
sure. Well, where's the autograph? Well, you're going to go get that. You
no, because this is part 2.
Okay.
So that's why this is
It's a cool Funko, and if you didn't buy it, I would have bought it too. Even it's funny, like I have Funkos of movies that I don't like, but I'm not a fan. I never need to see it again. I've given my thoughts. I personally, it's a D, but
oh my god,
a C. You want to go C, you want to go B. No fucking chance in hell this is an A or an S.
Okay, so I'm going to do this in the same way that I did like Rob Zombie. In the world of Terrifier, this is an S. Outside of that, it could be an A. I think it is the best one in the series. Like I was telling the lead actress, I liked all the stuff that people didn't like. The length and the weird stuff with like her with the wings and being reborn. I love all that stuff. I thought this was perfect. There was absolutely nothing wrong with this. If this was my own list, it would probably go under an S, but I understand that people do have mixed feelings with Terrifier. I'm really trying not to include recent Art the Clown political comments because he's bringing me down with his stupid comments. But I love Terrifier 2. I think it's better than 3. I think it's better than 2 and then 1. So, but I can go A, but I can understand why people wouldn't say S.
So, part of my hate for it is not just the Art the Clown, but it's the scene with the cars when they're driving along in the car and the two girls are screaming at each other forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So fucking annoying. And then she's underwater for so fucking long, but she survives.
Reborn. She's being reborn.
Yeah,
it's like a Jesus scene. It's her being reborn.
Yeah, but then why isn't she like magical power in like the third one? Why is she just like, I don't know. I don't think they don't follow their own rules.
Well, no, because the stories don't make sense, and they don't follow their own rules. There is. It's almost like he had Damien Leone like had a whole bunch of ideas, threw them up in the air, and then just kind of grabbed stuff and made a movie out of it because it doesn't. A lot of it doesn't make sense. Like the third one introduces Art the Clown sitting in the chair for like a year. There's like the cobwebs all on him, but we didn't have that in the first or second movie or the short films. So they're kind of just making up stuff as they go along. So it's not perfect by any means, but in this world, I definitely think that it is the best one. And it took me totally by surprise, even with its length. I think I started watching it at like 11 at night and I was wide awake through the entire thing. It was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. I just think that like production value, like there's the acting is subpar, the effects are subpar. It's B movie effects. This is for a B movie. This is really good. This is not on the level of, movies that are made with multi-million-dollar budgets. It's a small, low budget film, and you can see that clearly in the effects, and the acting. It's cheesy, it's fun, but like I said, you're allowed to love a movie. It doesn't make it an S.
No.
We're gonna have a hard time settling on something
because this is kind of like when it came out, like Backrooms or Obsession, that it's one of those movies.
Fake news, not even fucking close. Obsession and Backrooms, you look at them and they're visually gorgeous.
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when it came out, it's like that. It's that people were talking about it. There was news articles about it.
It had the chatter and stuff.
Yeah. It was just like, oh wow, this is independent. It only cost X amount of money. It's unrated. Theaters wouldn't play unrated movies, and they did. So it's very much a film that people talked about, which is why part 3 made so much money.
Yeah.
So it's but
and,
yeah,
and as much as I'm not a fan, I understand people's like, it's just like, okay, it's a slasher film. I just want to see Art the Clown going around fucking people up, and that's great. I'm all about it. It's this is not as good as any one of the Friday the 13th movies. So I don't think it could ever be compared like to mainstream horror movies. It's clearly low budget. But I will never be a fan of this franchise. I've tried. I went and saw part 2 in the theater. I went and saw part 3 in the theater, even though I hated part 2. I just don't see, like, when you look at movies that are on the A's and you go like, I want to put Art the Clown up there with Day of the Dead. I want to put Art the Clown up there with The Changeling, with Zombie, Dead Alive. There's no part of me that says that is a correct fit.
I mean, you're saying low budget, but the first Halloween was low budget. The first Nightmare on Elm Street was low budget.
But the first Halloween still had a bigger budget than like Terrifier 2, and the first Halloween was made in 1978. So I mean, 40 years difference, and it had a higher budget. So yeah, Halloween was considered a low budget, but if Halloween was a low budget at its time, this is considered a micro, but it's not really a micro budget because it was like almost $1 million or something. Or no, this was like $1 million. I think
I'd have to look up its budget, but
the original Halloween was like $2 or $3 million, and that was 78. So that would have been equivalent of like a $20 million film nowadays.
I mean, as far as putting this, I can't go lower than an A. I can't. You can move something that you want if you felt that it should be lower or higher. I'll give you that, but I can't have this lower than an A. I can't. I won't say it's an S, but I can't.
Okay, I don't know where the comments start. Let's see here. Trying to figure out where people's votes were. Mr. Bone says A or B. OGP doesn't get to vote. Mario says A. Jeff says B. Sean says B. Yeah. I mean, if we can't move on until you put in A, put in A. But I wholeheartly disagree, and I full-fledged protest that. It is not a good movie.
I will give you.
It's not better than look. Rosemary's Baby, or
how about this?
Not.
Yeah. I will take this and move it up to here.
But that's not an A. That's not an A.
You're saying it's
a B. No, House of a Thousand Corpses, in my opinion, I love it as an A or an S, but it's not. It's a B, and it is by far, hands down, better than Terrifier.
Oh, I don't think so. If I never have to watch House of a Thousand Corpses,
you're gonna tell me Terrifier is better than It or Reanimator? There's no fucking way Terrifier is better than It.
Yeah, because Hellraiser, kind of boring. Rosemary's Baby, great, but kind of boring. Reanimator, kind of boring. The new It, don't care about the second part, like the first part. Get Out, I think, is an A. The Pet Cemetery, A. Ring can stay. The Haunting is a great movie, probably an A. Wicker Man, B, maybe even a C. Trick or Treat, don't remember. Let the Right One In, boring as fuck. I'd probably put that as a C.
Trick or Treat.
But then Horizon is probably an A.
Yeah, so let the Right One In. We disagree on too. Yeah.
So I mean,
but The Howling, you're gonna say Terrifier 2 is better than The Howling?
They're two different movies. If you want to talk werewolf films, it's probably more of an A. But hey, look, I'm already saying Evil Dead Rise is a B.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, like I said, if you want to put it there, but I cannot stand. Okay, I can't stand by the list though. I do not agree with this list.
Well, I don't agree with the list to begin with. I think a lot of these are wrong.
Okay.
So I mean, but I'm willing maybe to move something to get.
I don't want to move things to make something else. I just want to say, what is this better than? And in the B's, there's nothing there aside from maybe Wicker Man that I would say Terrifier is better than. I think it's better. Everything in the B's is better than that Terrifier.
I would rather watch Terrifier 2 than Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I would rather watch Terrifier 2 more than the first Child's Play.
Rather watch or good movie. And like I said, you can be a fan of something. You can like to watch something. It doesn't mean it's a good movie.
That's why it's not an S. That's why it's an A.
Yeah.
I think it's better than porno, than a porno act, porno
Sure.
name.
Okay, let's just leave it there so we can move on.
Okay. All right. Here's one that we're probably also going to disagree with: Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, the original sequel.
Yeah, Bill Moseley. Dennis. Fuck. No. Goddamn. What's his name? Hopper. Dennis Hopper.
Oh, Dennis Hopper. Yeah.
I think it's a fucking great movie. It's not a S. This is Texas Chainsaw crossed with Evil Dead. You take Texas Chainsaw and you add that crazy over the top goofiness. I love this movie, but I think I may surprise you. And if you disagree with me on this score, I think you're doing it just to be a butt. But I give it a B.
No, it's a B.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a B.
Right. Sean says B. Texas is an S. And Elika, I love it as far as enjoyability for me, as far as me being a fan. This would be up there with, as far as my watchabilities, I would personally put it in the S's, but it's not an S movie. It's a production value has issues. Story has issues. It's goofy. It's not a great sequel to the original because you've gone from a scary fucking movie to a comedy. So it's, like Megan 1, Megan 1 and Megan 2. So that it's different. So that is my ability to say, I love it. Like House of 1,000 Corpses, I would watch either of those two movies over most anything in the A's, over a lot of stuff in the S's, House of 1,000 Corpses or Texas Chainsaw 2. But I understand that it's not the greatest put together movie. So I say B.
I don't mind the comedy because a lot of films went that way. If you look at Evil Dead 2 is a comedy compared to the first one. It's, for me, it's choppy. No, I guess pun intended. There's missing footage that was, that got lost. So the film doesn't make a lot of sense in ways. The beginning of the movie is great, where the truck and the car are together and the guy's head gets cut off. But here's an idea. Just stop the car. Why are you driving against the people that are waving a chainsaw at you?
Yeah.
Just stop
there is a serious flaw there.
Yeah, it's very simple. They're driving this way. You stop the car. They drive past.
Turn around, go
you
somewhere.
You just drive in reverse or something.
Yeah.
So, and that bridge is probably the longest bridge in film history.
Yeah.
It just keeps going for like 8 miles.
Yeah.
The effects are great. I love all the stuff in it. I can watch it with no problem, but I don't think it's an A. I mean, I really like Part 3 better. For me, that's my favorite sequel is Part 3.
Yeah, no, and I agree with the stuff you're saying on it. I agree with that stuff, that there's a lot of flaws in the story and stuff, but it's a lot of fun. And,
it is.
And that's why I love it. But just because I love it doesn't mean it's a great movie. So that's why I'm okay with it being a B.
Okay. All right. So we're coming around the bend here. We're almost there. The Wolfman, the original Wolfman.
Yeah, this is a I don't know, franchise or whatever, but Wolfman in general, we get all these werewolf movies and all this stuff that have never really lived up to the potential of what a very good, I know we've had like the Howling, stuff like that. But like, a Wolfman remake, God, we need one that really does this film justice with like modern effects and stuff.
They tried it, the Wolfman, the one with Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. But it doesn't live up to it. They just don't live up to it. But this is a great one. It's a classic. It's pioneering. Is it the best of the Universals? No. but it's better than Creature from the Black Lagoon, and I'm fine giving it an A, but I don't want to, in my opinion, I don't want to go, oh, it's an S just because it's a classic. But I feel like a solid A.
So we have the original Frankenstein is an S, Bride is an S, the original Dracula is an S, Nosferatu is an S. That's
Yeah, I didn't really agree. I gave you Nosferatu. I remember I argued.
You know,
hard
I could actually move Nosferatu down to an A. Come to think of it, but
then do it. Then just do it. If you're good moving it to an A, move it.
Okay. Right, that's under A. Okay. Because it's and I really do like Creature from the Black Lagoon. Where did we put that? A?
I think you gave it an A. Yeah, I don't. I think it's like a
there it
C
is, A.
or something.
So I could do the Wolfman as an A.
Okay. That's fine because it's better than Black Lagoon. So
yeah, and if you had me watch, if you said which one would you prefer, I would probably prefer to watch Creature from the Black Lagoon, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll never watch that again. I thought it's just terrible. I'm
yeah, the outfit is awesome. The chick in it is gorgeous. I mean, I mean, this you just get like an old gypsy. So A. Okay. It's good though.
Yeah, no, Wolfman is good. Yeah.
The remake of The Blob from the director of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3.
So I just rewatched this 2 days ago as well, and this is a fucking fun movie, and I don't know if Gail sent it to me or if I bought this or whatever, but I have it on Blu-ray with the slipcover, and I'm very glad that I do. It's a rewatchable movie. The only like knock I think on it, which is kind of funny, is what's his name who's supposed to be the badass. What's that actor's name? Famous actor in it. The dude who rides the motorcycle and stuff.
Oh, Kevin Dillon.
Kevin Dillon. He's like supposed to be this badass, but he's got a baby face. Like,
it's
not a great casting choice, I don't think.
No, it's a very weird casting choice because he's not a good-looking guy, and he's in Entourage, and he's the step brother of the main actor who is a good-looking guy, and it is pointed out in the show that he's not a good-looking guy.
That's
and
funny.
Some people will even be like, well, how could you two be related? You don't look anything alike. And they're like, oh, because it's like same mom, but different dads or something like that.
Okay.
And I've never found him to be a good looking guy. And it is a weird choice that he would be this, this kind of James Dean tough guy with the motorcycle.
Right. Yeah.
Except maybe he was popular at the time. Maybe he did something that was
well,
big.
I mean, the Dillons, I mean, they, and I don't know when they kind of started to gain their fame, but I think it was his brother, right? That really probably is the reason he got a break in Hollywood at all.
Yeah, Matt Dillon is a good-looking guy, and that's so he got all that 70s type of stuff where he played like the greaser or the smoker, the tough guy with like the muscle car. That I could believe, but
but I really love The Blob. I thought it's a great movie. It's the underground stuff kind of reminding me like in the sewers, like of Chud a little bit, things like that. There's just a lot going on. You got the government being assholes, and you really find out what this blob is from the satellite and stuff. And the funny scene where they're in the drugstore, and the dude's buying condoms, blames it on the other guy. Then he shows up at the house, and the pharmacist is the girl's dad, and it's young Shawnee Smith. And fuck, that was prime Shawnee, because Shawnee looked great in Saw. I think she might have, maybe because Saw she was like fully mature, but I still think she was cuter in this than Saw. But now she's not ugly by any means now, but she has shown her age now like in Saw X and stuff. It's just weird. She's clearly old looking when she was supposed to be the same age as like the first Saw. But I love the cast, and I forget the dude's name, but the guy that played the pharmacist, famous actor, seen him all around.
Oh yeah.
So to me, it's not perfect, but it's very fun, and I think it's very well put together, and it is 80s nostalgia vibe to a T. I think it's a solid A.
Oh, I agree. A is fine with me. My favorite part of this is one, I do love that it's a government thing, that it isn't from outer space. I do like the original Blob and its sequel, Son of the Blob or Beware the Blob, whatever title you watch it under. So I am a Blob fan, but I love that it's part of like a government thing, and that the priest gets it on his face, and at the end we see him at the tent, and he's like worshiping like the little piece of the Blob that's in the jar that's moving around. So there's this kind of like cult of the Blob. So in some cases, a movie makes it for me because of the ending. And that to me was great. So I would definitely, just for that ending alone, that like last 10 minutes, I'd probably give it an A. Yeah.
Okay.
So here we go. A. All right. We got 2 left. Ginger Snaps, the first Ginger Snaps.
Yeah, I've not been a fan of this, and I tried to rewatch it. Apparently, I don't own it because I don't give a fuck. I tried to rewatch it, and I would have had to pay, and I am not gonna pay to watch Ginger Snaps. This movie, when I watched it the first time, I was like, it's like, it looks low budget. It looks Canadian, which it is. A movie shouldn't look Canadian. It should just be Canadian. I don't think the acting was great. I just don't remember it being a very good movie at all. And my rating based off of what I remember would be a C.
I really enjoyed it. I've watched all 3. It's the best out of the 3. I do like the idea of, it's almost kind of like what they tried to do with Wolfman, the newest one, where it's not like a typical werewolf. It's instead, it deals with puberty and like her period, and it deals with like a lot of like chick stuff of her turning into the wolf, and I think that's original. I like that you would deal with, because I've mentioned that with like zombies and stuff, is like, well, what about women that are on their menstrual cycle? Zombies would smell that immediately. And this kind of addresses that stuff, but for a werewolf. So I can go with B. I don't think it's a great movie, but I could go low A, high B, and it is the best out of the 3.
Okay, I can swallow a B. I can.
Well, what were you thinking? C?
I said C, yeah. But but you have Jeff says B, Antonis says B, Mario says B. So, oh no, that's Blob. Sorry. So only Antonis and Jeff on this one, and they both say B. So I'm fine with that. I'm the only C. So I know people like it. I don't understand, but people like it more than I think it's worth. But to eat their own.
That is correct. To eat their own. All right. Now, this is an S for you. This is an absolute S for you. And I'm not joking. X. The first X.
Yeah. And I was sitting here thinking about X, and I do think X is one of, I would have to go back and look, but it is in the top 5 of horror movies in the last 25 years. Easy. And that's where I'm like, okay, let's think about flaws with it. And I can't really think of any. And then we start thinking about some of the unique kills, blood spraying on the front of the van, Jenna Ortega running out of the house and just getting fucking mauled. Some of the kills were so fucking great. We had the Texas Chainsaw vibe. We got, some nudity. We got set up with Mia Goth's character for sequels, which were fucking amazing as well. This is one of my favorite franchises. So like going for like where am I going to grade this? I'm looking for reasons not to give it an S, and I just can't find reasons to take it down from an S. So yeah, you're right. I do think this is an S.
And because I know you love this series so much, my favorite one is Maxine, but I do think all three movies are really good. I think it should go into S.
Okay.
Yeah, with no problem at all. And that's really just because and that's it. Yeah. So because I just think that you love it so much that wherever you think it should go.
It's not that I love it that well. I mean, there's movies that I love more than that are lower scored, but it is just when you think about the acting, the production value, the layered stories, the different, we really develop the characters, and so you root for people, you don't like people, you're kind of on the edge of your seat with. This farmer is very particular about what these people are doing in his like barn or whatever. And they're out there filming a porn. And it's like, fuck, if this guy comes around, he's going to lose his shit. So it's not just like we're worried about people getting killed and stuff. We're like, what is this guy going to do? Is he going to kick him out of there or what's going to go on? So, and the location was great, which I think was it filmed in like Australia or New Zealand or something? I don't think it was filmed in Texas, but I just think it is a very, very well put together movie. And the fact of like Jenna Ortega turning on her boyfriend when her boyfriend's like, I don't want you to have sex with this guy. And she does just to go make this, porn to be a part of it. And I don't think the character was like wanting to specifically have sex with the guy. I think her character just wanted to let the boyfriend know, like, I don't love you that much. Like I love me more than you. And so I want to do this. And so I'm going to do it. And it just showed you who, girl, especially with Jenna Ortega, who we perceive, in a lot of films is this little goody two shoe girl, to be a sexual deviant and stuff. And so I just think there's all the characters had a real strong purpose, and it's such a very well put together film. And it is, I will argue trilogy wise, if we are going to argue best movie trilogies, this is in the fucking argument of best horror trilogies of all time. So my love of the film aside, I just think it's an S because it's just so well put together.
There you go. You got it. It's an S. And that's it. We're done.
Nice. Okay. There it is. 100 movies.
Right. Did I move it? I did move it.
Okay. 100 movies in the books. Some that we don't see eye to eye on, but we have to make concessions. So the interesting thing, and maybe we'll have to do two, is to see where we rank these on like 1 to 100. We're going to have very tough times putting these in order 1 to 100, especially like with Terrifier and stuff. And maybe we need some extra rather than just our opinions. Maybe we need to do some homework and go off of scores and rank based on IMDb ratings, Rotten Tomatoes ratings, things like that to help us place these correctly, because it is going to be a hard sell on some of these. So it'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes though. But we made it through. And we don't hate each other's guts, so that's a good thing.
That is true.
There are some that we clearly disagree on, but that's okay. We're not going to agree on everything, and the ability to actually get through it without completely losing our shit is good. So there it is, everybody. Now, John, I saw you taking pictures of it. Do you think you could try and share this on like X or something?
Let me see.
I think before one of the tier lists you were able to share on X.
It says
Oh, yeah,
here.
share on Twitter. So that way, if anybody else wants to go back and see it, didn't that say share on?
Yeah, but I haven't saved it yet, and that's the.
Oh, you will save it first, and yeah. I'm not saying you need to do it right now, but just in general, we'll try and share it on. We'll try and share it on X and maybe other platforms so everybody could go look.
Top best 100, and this still messes me up. Let me see. Okay, so I think I just hit save. Okay, and then
another one. It had download image. Where did you do that? Where we allowed you to download.
There's export image.
Oh yeah, export the image, because that would be like that should be the whole thing, right? But right click on export image and then open it in a new page, kind of thing. Does it not allow you to right-click?
I wonder if it will just let me save it like this. Let's see.
Okay. Well, however it works. Looks like you're about to get a virus. No, I know, that's what you got to be careful. But John's been using this site for a while. This site is no more dangerous than the Wheel of Doom. So it's okay. We'll be fine. So there it is. Okay, Evil Dead Burn. Are you going to go see it in theaters, John?
Yes.
Are you going to go see it opening night?
Most likely.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably do the same, either Thursday or Friday.
No, it's not giving me what I want. So let's get rid of this.
Well, what about just share on Twitter? It should just create like it should be already logged into Twitter. Yeah.
Well, that's what I did last time. So it's right here. Yeah. So post.
So anyways, Evil Dead Burn, that's what's coming out this week. We're going to check it out. We'll talk about it next week. Again, next week, I am going to be in Vegas. The intent is to be downtown partying on Fremont Street. I am not going to do Sunday Night Mayhem from Fremont Street and have all the copyright stuffs. So we'll figure that out. But I may end Sunday Night Mayhem and then go live again from Fremont Street, a video where we can throw away if it gets copyright issued. But next Sunday, 7:00, join us. Same bat time, same bat channel. John, so what else do you have up on your channel right now? Anything new coming up or anything?
Well, I got the zombie film is up there that I did. A
review for it, or
no, the Flesh Attack that I made, the short zombie film.
Oh, okay, so you've released on your channel a zombie film that you directed.
Yeah, it was originally for that Zombie Rage anthology, and I've really never been happy with it being on there because nobody told me it was meant to be a comedy. So, and it's divided into two pieces. So Joe and I put in an extra shot, combined it together because Joe was one of the editors and cameraman on it, Joe Lujan. And so it's just been sitting on my hard drive, and it's like, it's one of the only things I haven't released. So it's up there, and
nice.
It looks great. This thing was like 30 gigs. It's huge. And there's that, so people could check that out because I would like to do a sequel to it. And then I do have up the Uwe Boll One Filmmaker. That's already up to something like 188 views. For me, that's really good. And then since I have the next couple days off, I'll probably film a couple videos and put them out. I have purchases right here that I could do. I have some hate Funko Pops right here. And I do have another One Filmmaker coming up. So it's already shot. It's already done. So Jason Horton, who's a director. Or Jay Horton, just like J. Horton, he's known. That's going to be coming up too. I just like to space the one filmmakers out.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I just looked on your channel. Yeah. I do remember Flesh Attack. I think you showed that to me at some point in the past with Andriana.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'd like to do more with it.
Nice.
I'd like to put some more blood in it. So I thought of maybe even talking to Joe, like, could we do some CGI blood and, make it a little more gory. But I do have an idea for a sequel. So
nice.
I'd like to do that. Yeah.
Very nice. Cool. So everybody can check that out. Let's see. Jeff watched it and enjoyed it. There you go.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. That was one night. We shot that all in like 12 hours, that entire thing.
Nice. Something we have not done tonight is check in with
fam time.
Tommy. You're doing well, Tommy Jane. Good to see you. And I think at some point somebody did mention Pumpy, so I've got to say hello to Pumpy too. I gotta pee. I'm fucking hungry. I haven't eaten since like 3:00 this afternoon.
Me too.
It's time to go have dinner. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. I went full country right there. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Next time, see you Sunday, if not before, right? I think that's all I got to say about that, right?
That's right.
Okay.